The David Braley Athletic Recreation Center on your Tuesday evening. OSA women's basketball action being brought to you by Emling Sports and Entertainment as the U of T Mississauga Eagles take on the Mohawk Mountaineers. Greg Campbell alongside Steve Baxter. And Steve, on Saturday, I mean, we saw a bit of a tire fire by the Mountaineers. What do they got to do to reverse it on this Tuesday evening?
Well, you know what? The last game that the Mohawk Mountaineers played, there was just too many turnovers. I feel like they saw an open man really quickly and decided to try to pass it, even though the defender was right there. They just need less turnovers, smarter decisions, and I think they should be okay.
Now the Eagles come into this contest having one more game in hand over the Mountaineers, sporting a 5-12 record, and while the Mountaineers come in with a 4-12 record, courtesy of that big loss on Saturday afternoon. And talking to Kevin Duffy before the game, he said, you know, it simply came down to them not wanting to compete at any point. And as we see the stars for both sides rounding out the top five for the Mountaineers, Sam Pockernick starts at the guard, Hannah Zinkwich, as well as Beth Minnelly. Haley Bug Davis starts at the guard, as well as rounding out the top five is Didi Otong. And then on the other side for the Eagles, it's Jay Adai, who is the 5'5 guard out of London, the United Kingdom, not London, Ontario, folks. Kayla Rice, Janella Viado, as well as Trisha Vo and Gianna Al-Najjar rounds out the starting five for the Eagles. So Tuesday at night action here at the D-Bark. Will we have a similar result as Saturday? It's the Mountaineers' third game over a 7-game stretch, which will conclude this Friday, and we are off and we are underway, and the Eagles win the opening tip-off. So Eagles in those all-blue uniforms, sponsored by Under Armour, going to move the ball deep. Right wing three is too strong, and again, a second chance opportunity, a jump ball, and we're going to have to see that early and often. The Mountaineers closing out and boxing out defensively.
Yeah, definitely boxing out. That's another thing that was a problem last game. They allowed way too many offensive rebounds along with those turnovers that they had.
So the Mountaineers, what will they do on the offensive side of things? Well, we are about to find out. The officials in this game, Steve Wilkie, Bradley Sparrow, and Michael Wade Casey, and the Mohawk Mountaineers are on the board first.
As Pockernick gets the early two with the wide open layup, let's see if they can just continue on with that early groove that they have.
So the Mountaineers' biggest lead of the game, and they didn't really see too much of a lead in their game on Saturday. Turnover going the other way is Zinkwich, coast to coast, bodies a man, rebound Minnelly, scoops it way too high into the hands of Pockernick. Pockernick thought about it, defers out to the Bug. Pockernick, left wing three, too strong, ball tipped around, second chance Mountaineers. Pockernick's gonna call it out. See if she sets that high screen from Zinkwich. Zinkwich sets it, Pockernick fires right into the waiting hands of the D-Bark Walls. So, decent possession by the Mountaineers. They get a third chance opportunity.
Yep.
Do you like that take, though, at the end by Sam Pockernick?
You know what? It was a good decision. There was only 5 seconds left on the shot clock, so, I mean, she didn't really have any other choice. On that layup, though, at the end, I thought there could have been a foul called. No call, but, again, just like last week, that's why I'm not a referee.
So, the Eagles trying to tie this game up. Foul on the floor called by head official Steve Wilkie. That'll be on Hannah Zinkwich, her first of the contest. Janella Viado, the 5'5 guard out Milton, Ontario, looking to inbound the ball. Find her teammate, pocket left corner, right into the hands of Pockernick. And we're going to see this from the Mountaineers a lot, trying to push the pace early in this contest.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that the head coach wanted to keep up the tempo from last week. From last game.
That's not going to help matters. Otong out of bounds on that possession. So Sam Pockernick leads the scoring for the Mountaineers coming in. Started all 16 games she's played in this year. Averages 19.3 points per game. Shoots 81% from the charity stripe and 40% from the field. And looking at the other side for the Eagles as they try to tie this game up, Well, it's Jada Day who leads the scoring at 16.8 points per game as the shot is missed into the hands of Zinkwich, followed by her teammate Enviado, who averages 10.9 points per game on 28% shooting from the field, 65% from the charity stripe. So Poknik picks up the dribble, finds Otong on the right wing. Tong looking for that high pass to Zinkwich. Zinkwich kind of looks lost on the offensive end. A travel. And what are they trying to do with Hannah Zinkwich right now? Because I don't think she's really sure whether she's setting a screen or not.
No, you know what? Just from that last possession, there just needs to be a little bit of communication. And you know what? It's not just her fault. The player that was bringing the ball up there should have been more specific in what she wanted and should have called for that screen as well.
Viado off the front rim, almost an edge. She does come up with the steal. Splits two Mountaineers, and she's going to have it. Where's the Mountaineers defense? Wide open shot, makes them pay, and the Eagles have the lead.
And that is just miscommunication on the defensive end.
Viado, again, as we mentioned, averaging just a hair under 11 points per game, shoots 27% from the land beyond, as they have the handoff to Pockernick, uncontested, up and in. So a little give and go from that high post action, something Kevin Duffy and his squad may be looking to do here early and often. Viado, match up with Pockernick, across the pond. Trying to flash into the middle are the Eagles. Bo has it. Kicks it into the left side. Shot too strong by D'Souza. The Mountaineers are going to have a pair of substitutions coming up. Alex Parente is going to check in, as is for the first time this evening, Kayla Kalura. And I think secondary scoring is going to have to be something big, partner, if the Mountaineers want to come out and win this game. Because
100%. 100%.
Because, you know, they came out flat in the early stages, but it wasn't like the bench really helped them either at any point in that last game. It kind of just flatlined for the most part.
Yeah. And on another note, you can see a few minutes into this first quarter, they have been boxing out very well. Every missed shot, except for the last one, they're really well boxing out, and they end up pushing after that.
So the Mountaineers doubling up the Eagles right now, 6-3 foul on the floor. We're going to call on the end line before the shot. Getting called on that one. Parente, who just checked into the game. Substitution coming for Sally Johnson-Edwards' team. Checking in, Tasia Rooms. So Rooms is going to set the screen right away. Parente, matched up. Deep three, and that finds the back of the net. Deep three, Victoria Silva. So a pair of deep trays by the Eagles so far.
And what it looks like, too, is the Toronto team, they are not afraid to shoot it. They have already shot three three-point shots, and there has been a defender right in their face.
Viado trying to cross up Pockernick, sporting that right knee brace as we've seen all year into the hands of Silva. Silva to Rice, to Viado. Viado's going to get called on the travel, was looking up towards the glass and forgot to do the fundamentals, which is put the ball on the ground first.
Yep, just got a little bit too excited there, had some space, and she decided to drive before dribbling.
So a completely different affair here in the early stages on your Tuesday evening on MLink Sports and Entertainment. OCA women's basketball action being brought to you by MLink Sports. Steve Baxter alongside Greg Campbell. And the Mountaineers seem to have responded after that tire fire I was discussing with Kevin Duffy. We termed it lightly and jokingly before the game. As they have come out and they are knotted at 6 apiece. And they have so far played their game to this point, which is an encouraging side. So customary shot clock error.
Just a little bit.
Here at the D-Bar. No game's complete without one of those. So the men Eagles and the men Mountaineers will also be tipping off at 8 p.m. And given the fireworks of the last game, including a huge pair of shots by Matt Foster, I'm sure you're going to want to tune into that one as well. As Minnelly comes up with the steal, Parente's got it. Parente, Minnelly. Bounce pass inside, try to get to Parente into the hands of Viado.
And as I was saying before, turnovers for the Mountaineers were going to be a huge part of this game. Already with 3 in this game.
The
so
bug
they're going to have to pick that up.
Outletted to Pockernick. Bug's got it again. We got a foul on the floor. Now you may be wondering why I'm calling Haley Davis Bug, but that is the nickname she prefers to go by. So Miss Davis, that's what you want? Well, we're not going to argue. The 5'7" third-year guard out of Potts Camp, Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
Now I watch collegiate sports. I know where Mississippi is. Pot Camp, though? Yeesh, I'm going to have to ask her after the game exactly where that one's located. Foul on the floor. And again, Sam Pockernick going to work here early on. And she's really the catalyst that drives this offense for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, that is the woman that the Toronto team is going to have to keep an eye on. And as we've seen since the very first play, she's been driving in, being aggressive, and that is what the head coach of Mohawk likes to see.
Pockernick, the 5'8" guard in a third-year eligibility. Oakville playing her ball out of Loyola. It's going to go 100% on that trip, and the lead back up to 2. So the Eagles come in 5-12. The Mountaineers 4-12, trying to defend home court. And a little late shift on the play by Alex Parente. The Mountaineers now 3 team fouls compared to just 2 for the visitors. So we'll see in the last game, we saw a lot of the early bonus situation going on for both sides. We'll see whether Kevin Duffy and his team can keep their hands kind of from reaching in that cookie jar.
Yeah, I mean, you want to keep your hands up, but yeah, at the same time, you can't be too aggressive or they're going to call you for a foul.
Rice being hoarded by Minnelly. Ball swung around, deep 3, and that's nothing but net. Once again, Janela Viado from deep. So 3 balls from what seems like Stony Creek, where they're launching this ball at this point. Minnelly, Pockernick on the left wing, match up with Viado. Chapinier, who just checked into the game. Mountaineers got to force a shot. Oh! And the Mountaineers are going to get bailed out by the foul by Viado, who is not happy about that. With 1 second on the shot clock, Sam Pockernick does the veteran move, hoists a prayer, and she gets a foul call on the floor.
Yeah, you know what, they were just not thinking on defense there. Knowing that there was only 2 seconds left on the shot clock, they should have theoretically just let her put up that wild shot.
Andreas with a strong floater on the right side, misses everything. So the Eagles have it specifically of Viado. Strong bullet pass, corner. Silva! 4 3-pointers made by the Eagles. And I know they're not the Golden State Warriors, but man, are they living by that 3-ball right now. Just look at the range right now for the Eagles. Pocket left, corner 3. Hand contested too late there, still gets it to go.
And like I was saying before, not afraid to shoot the ball.
No look pass, can they make it 5? In and out of the toilet bowl. Pockernick pushing the pace. To slow it down smartly. They call for the motion offense. Minnelly's gonna set it up. Ball swung to the left side for Andreas. Pockernick streaking, just couldn't find the ball in the proper hand on the finish there. Eagles the other way. Vo dumps it inside, wide open shot missed by Rooms. So broken opportunity by the Eagles. Does Sam Pockernick have a response? Yes, she does.
Yes, she does.
Sam Pockernick getting it done here early on, and the Mountaineers trail by 2. A lot different compared to the last game, where it was basically, I'm pretty sure it was a 12-2 run early on by the visitors. This game seemed out of reach, but tonight, well, the Mountaineers playing some feisty team basketball. Good job by Chapinier, standing vertical on that challenge there at the rim.
Way to be aware of the out-of-bounds line.
Andreas picks up the dribble. Chapinier calling for it. Something Kevin Duffy said before the game. They needed a rim runner to call for that ball. Pockernick will head to the line. So Sam Pockernick drives into the lane, fumbles the ball, adjusts, will head to the line. But the one thing I noticed just on that play right there, Sam Pockernick has her head up when she dribbles into the paint there. Emily Andreas is just a slip pass away from a kiss shot off the glass.
Yeah, but I mean, you can tell that Sam Pockernick, she had a conversation with the coach earlier, it seems like, and he has told the entire team Just be more aggressive, and you can see that since the tip-off.
Kevin Duffy in his 11th year at the helm here for the Mountaineers, sporting a 4-12 record this year. An un-Mountaineer-like year we've heard from opposing coaches, but you do see the pieces falling into place. So Tong's going to check in. The Bug Davis going to check in. Andreas out. Pockernick out. Knotted at 12 apiece. Entertaining affair here early on M-Link Sports and Entertainment. Steve Baxter alongside myself, Greg Campbell, bringing you through OCA women's basketball action here on your Tuesday evening. See that ball tipped out of bounds right by the men's Eagles squad. That will be tipping off at 8 p.m. Good pressure by Otong, and again, tip right off the inbounds pass, and you like the aggressiveness here defensively.
I was just about to say that. You gotta love the aggressiveness of the Mountaineers defense right now.
Not giving an inch at this point. Rice has it. The power dribble with that right hand, cross to left. Rooms, too strong on that one. Dive on the floor, Mountaineers come up with it. Courtesy of Jamie Goit, who just checked into the game. Minley, looking for Goit, who flashes in the middle. Tried to be slick with the crossover, gets doubled, and again, bailed out by a late foul by Janela Viado. So that's twice we've seen now where they had the beat defensively, and well, here's where the ugly head of the bonus situation veers itself.
Minute 38 left in this first quarter, and yes, in bonus.
So Elizabeth D'Souza is going to check in, the 5'11" forward out Cambridge, Ontario. Checking in for Janelle Viado.
It's nothing but net on that first free throw.
Sits second on the team in scoring, averaging nearly 11 points per game. The Mountaineers been good at the charity stripe so far. It's been kind to them. As well as the scoreboard, a 2-point lead for the home side. Again, pocket right shot, missed on the play by Rooms. The Bug, sporting that white Nike headband. Tried to dump it in for Otong, who brings it out. Tipped around on the floor. We get a jump ball. Steve Wilkie is going to call that a travel first, determining that the Mountaineers had full possession. Do you agree with that?
You know what? I honestly, I think I would have called a jump ball right there. I mean, she's just trying to keep the ball away from the U of T player. I would have called the jump ball.
Turnover by the Eagles. Goit tries baseline with the right hand. Jamie Goit's going to head to the line. The Mountaineers, impressive effort here in the first quarter. They head back to the charity stripe. They've seemed to make a living at that here early on.
And I love the aggressiveness by the Mountaineers right now. And they're already in bonus. U of T is committing too many fouls right now. And come near the end of the game, these fouls that are being committed by U of T might come into play, and they might need to be subbing out some of their top players.
Good foreshadowing on your part. Goit, in and out, averages 1.7 points per game, 21% from the line. True to her numbers there. Pass almost picked off by Rice. Minley drives into the lane, right hand off, Klassenen. So it looks like each side should get one last possession. A 1-3-1 high zone dumped into a 2-3 by Kevin Duffy. Creative right now. Looks like no. The more I see this, it looks like a matchup 3-2 zone. Otong's got it. It works defensively. Mountaineers going to be smart and pull up for the last possession. No look pass to Zinkwich. Zinkwich tried to find a streaky. Davis hits the deck hard, and she's still staying there. The Bugs slowly getting back up the other way. A nice move on the inside by Trisha Vo. Davis feeling the effects after that hard collision in the lane. On the other side, well, Trisha Vo banks it in, the 5'5" guard out of Milton, Ontario in her second year. Davis is going to come out, no worse for wear, it seems like. Mountaineers' last possession.
She seems to be okay. I think she just fell hard. Maybe got the wind knocked out of her.
Minley, she going to take the last shot of the quarter. Goit is going to hoist it up, and that will be the end of one. Mountaineers lead by 3, 17-14. The Mountaineers blown out of the building on your Saturday evening, but guess what? We got a different script going on here
Yes,
on your
we
Tuesday
do.
evening, Steve Baxter, and despite 4 long trays, and I'll call them bombs from the Eagles,
Yes.
the Mountaineers have had a response, and that's by getting in the paint.
Getting in the paint, like I keep saying, being aggressive, getting the foul calls, and going to the free throw line, which, as you can see, is going to be a key for the rest of the ball game.
Mississauga coming into this game, U of T Mississauga to be exact. Well, the Eagles are 5-12 on the year, 1-8 in their last 10 contests. They lost their last game. And then for the other side, for the Mountaineers, well, they're 4-12 this year, 3-5 in their last 10, and they are on a current 3-game losing streak. But so far, so good through 10 minutes here at the D-Bark. I mean, outside of Sam Pokranick, who we normally see as the aggressor for this team offensively, you gotta like that every single ball handler is not being afraid to be, they're not stagnant when they catch the ball. They're ripping and they're cutting to the lane.
Yes, they are. And Duffy has obviously told his team, again, be aggressive. And you know what else? They're not turning the ball over as much as they nearly did. I know it's only the first quarter, but it's already looking a lot more controlled this game than it was last game.
For lead scorers for the Eagles after one, Victoria Sylvia's got 6, as well as Gisnella Viado, who's got 6 points. And then on the flip side for the Mountaineers, well, Sam Pokranick's off to a hot start. 3 of 7 from the field, 4 of 4 from the charity stripe, 10 points and 4 rebounds. She might have a double-double by the end of the first half.
She is definitely on pace for it.
Beth Minnelly with 6 as well. The Mountaineers shoot 36% from the field. And key thing is that they are listening to Kevin Duffy. They are winning the rebounding battle, out-rebounding the Eagles by 9. They hold a 15-6 advantage. Second quarter underway. So far, so good for Kevin Duffy and the squad, and a good start here in the second quarter. Kalura has got to find Minnelly. She's going to streak into the lane, adjust with the right hand, and that's a beautiful start by Kevin Duffy
And
the
I
squad.
love how she used her body there to cut in front of the U of T player. And you know what? If she didn't get that layup, I think there might have been a foul call there.
Rice comes up with the ball. Silva, deep tray, too strong on that one. Tipped around on the play by D'Souza. Kalura's got it. Minnelly to Kalura. Hot potato we go. Kalura's got that right knee brace as well as Sam Pokranick. They're brace sisters, we'll call it. Nice little bounce pass inside to Minnelly. Ball swung around. Kalura into the lane. Adjust the right hand. And Kayla Kalura will head to the line for the first time this evening.
And another foul call. Like I said, if U of T keeps on fouling them, then they're going to have to sub in. And some of their better players might be out at the end of this game.
Cue a substitution. Gianna Alanajar, the 5'6" guard/forward, were being listed on the game sheet here of Mississauga, Ontario. As Kalura misses the first. 5th in the team in scoring, starting in 2 of the 9 games she's played so far, averaging 5.6 points per game. Shoots 56% from the charity stripe, 27% from the field. Also collects 2.3 rebounds a game as well. So the lead stretched to 6, the largest of the game for Kevin Duffy and the squad. The aggressiveness not stopping either. So they're setting up that zone very, very well in that trap situation.
Yes, and not only are they setting up a zone, but yeah, they're coming up and trapping at the half-court line. And as we just saw right there, a very aggressive defensive play by Kalura and getting the ball back from Mohawk.
Yeah, aforementioned Kalura drops it off to Zinkwich. Around the world, they go into the middle of the paint for Chapinier. Kalura, too strong. Zinkwich rebound. Mountaineers had a 9.9 rebound differential in that first quarter, a big reason why they're up in this game. Minnelly, again, standing tall, can't make the adjustment is Silva. Pokranick, coast to coast the other way, creates contact, no call. So the Mountaineers will have to be forced to settle with the ball in the paint. Chapinier with the left hand. Beautiful move on the spin there off the
and
post.
That is very smart, going up with your left hand there and not trying to force it to the right.
Mountaineers, biggest lead, 8 points here on your Tuesday evening. Oh, dirty step back 3, almost made on the play behind the back by Vo. U of T, Mississauga all over the floor, and Vo gets a second chance, and well, that's a little dagger on that series for the Mountaineers.
As it kind of looks like she's limping back on defense after that play.
Kalura. Minley straight away. Too strong. High pointing the rebound are the Eagles. Alanajar. Skips it to Vo. Vo calls for the screen. Alanajar into the lane. Still going to come up with it. Back to Vo. Two-man game straight away off the left side. And the long rebound doesn't fall the Eagles' way. So the Mountaineers, after giving up 4 3-pointers in that first quarter alone, seem to have made that adjustment in between the quarters here.
Yes, they have. And that last shot that they just took, it was an open shot, but the shots prior to that, you can see Mohawk is playing excellent defense, getting a hand up in the other team's face.
Substitution coming, and a timeout called on the floor by Steve Wilkie. The Mohawk Mountaineers, their biggest lead of the game, at 8 points. Now it sits at 6 with 7:14 left here in the first half. And partner, I mean, just what an adjustment by Kevin Duffy and their squad. They came out really, really flat by all standards on Saturday. And when I spoke to Kevin Duffy before the game, he said basically they didn't want to compete. And for him, it was embarrassing because he says, talking about the team, you want to play for your teammates all the time. He said defensively they were looking lost the entire game. They didn't block out, and they were very slow moving on offense. Well, flip a 180 here on your Tuesday evening. I mean, completely different story.
Yeah, and not even the offense is definitely more up-tempo than Saturday, which is awesome. But I think the key here is the boxing out on the defensive end. I'm pretty sure they've only allowed up to 1 offensive rebound up until this point, and the defensive rebounding is just on point right now for Mohawk Mountaineers.
Sadly, Johnson Edwards in her second year at the helm for UFTM. The Eagles, well, right now they're doing what Kevin Duffy said was they're part of their game plan, in which he wanted players chasing for the opponents versus rotating. He says rotating, that means we're moving the ball too slowly. They get to set themselves defensively. Chasing, well, they have to play on our tails, and we can dictate the offense, and that's what we're seeing here early on. Zinkwich off the timeout, can't come up with it. Alanajar. Almost looks like a carry there. He's got to be careful of this double right by the scorer's table. We get the dump off to Viado. Viado, bounce pass to the pocket right corner. He's got it back, right wing 3. And a turnover, a rare one for Chelsea Borg. Something Kevin Duffy and his team were trying to clean up.
And aggressive defense once again by the Mountaineers. Totally different defensive story this game than the last game on Saturday.
And more importantly, we're seeing right now only 1 team foul by either side at this point. The Eagles have the 1 and only 1 called here in the second quarter. So Eagles going to recover right by that half line, almost called for the over and back. Viado, no look pass, a travel, and we've seen that a couple times here this evening. Just Eagle players a little too excited to get the ball moving. That one being called a travel on Judy Halaby, the 5'6" guard out of Damascus, Syria, in her first year of eligibility. Minley, Zinkwich. There you go. Hannah Zinkwich, just like you drew up out of the timeout, they come right back to it, a couple feet further back, still makes it.
Pockernick was wide open on the elbow too, but she said, you know what, I'm gonna take this one, and she just drains it.
Pockernick, Viado. I like this matchup. It could be a key one down the stretch. And second consecutive possession, the Eagles forget to do what you're taught since you are a kid, and that is dribble the basketball when you're moving.
And dribble and then move.
Almost halfway through the second quarter here on M-Link Sports and Entertainment. Steve Baxter alongside Greg Campbell, bringing you through OCA women's basketball action on your Tuesday evening. The Mountaineers currently tied for their largest lead of the game, 24-16. Viado, no look pass. Out of the jar, off glass, too strong. Secures her own rebound. They call a push. They're going to call it on the Eagles. I'm a little surprised on that one, partner.
I am surprised on that one.
And that is her third foul already in this contest. And Mr. Baxter, you talked about early on how these fouls could catch up to them later on. And, well, you already see one of their players, Gianna Alanara, having to sit out with 3 fouls in this game already.
And yes, the fouls are definitely going to become a key factor in this ball game. As they were in bonus with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, Mohawk is going to try to get them more foul calls on them so that they can get into bonus earlier in this quarter.
Alanara has 6 points per game, shooting 47% from the line, 31% from the field. So foul by the Mountaineers now. Sam Pockernick still leads the way with 10. Beth Minnelly in on the scoring as well. She's now got 8 in this contest.
A little bit of miscommunication there on the substitutions.
Hullaby is going to check out. Room's going to inbound the ball. Fiato. Calling for that screen from Eleanor, who stays in the game. A good job on the play. It's something that's not noted, but what Beth Minnelly did there by allowing that ball to go out and making sure around her there were no players within proximity, instead of going for that ball right away and potentially being called out of bounds, it's just a smart heads-up play.
Very smart heads-up play.
Zinkwich again, the offensive board. Bullies her way in, she gets it to go.
What a strong move there. And it's totally opposite from Saturday. They are now out-rebounding U of T. And not only that, the offensive rebounds are becoming a key for the Mountaineers right now. Seems like U of T is having problems boxing out on their defensive end.
Right now, one of the assistant coaches, either Shannon Bartley or Hallie Burns, I'm not sure which one that is right now, discussing with things behind us and Judy Hallaby about the pivot foot movement. So little coaching adjustments being made on the sideline right now by the Eagles. Eleanor has the ball. She's going to find Hannah Zinkwich to Davis. The bug. The bug. Is she a pest? Yes, she is!
What a move! Beautiful finish there, and she will be going to the line on that and one play.
The bug, Haley Davis, heading to the charity stripe for one shot. Averages 2.6 points per game, 43% from the line. Shot missed. Minnelly tried to find Zinkwich. Parente comes up with it. Pockernick's calling for that ball early and just misses everything. There's going to be a push-off on the rebound on Minnelly. So I know Sam Pockernick's open on that one, partner, but there's so much time in the shot clock. Why go for that shot?
Well, you know what? She had a very good first quarter. She was on fire, and I think she wants to try to bring that into the second quarter. She has just missed her last 2 shots, and you know what? She needs to slow it down a little bit, get a couple layups, and try to get back into the groove again.
Mountaineers trying to funnel that press break to the left side. Ends up on the right with Rice. Makes it nice on that one.
And they call that one a long 2.
Minnelly has got to be careful of the double. Zinkwich turns around, off glass. Bank remains open here in the late stages of the second quarter. The Mountaineers, largest lead of the game, 12 points. They lead over the Eagles. Otong with the strip. Viato getting triple teamed into the hands of Pockernick and bailed out again. Now it's on the opposite side. A foul by the Mountaineers. You hate that to happen.
That was...
You have the double set up. She's on the floor, and just Minnelly goes right for that arm instead of for the ball, instead of hovering over her. All they had to do is hover over her in that double team, and realistically, that ball ain't going anywhere but to you.
No.
They almost come up with the turnover again. So the Mountaineers forcing that to that offhand of most traditional basketball players that are right-handed. They're forcing it into that left side, and it's working wonders here in the late stages of the second quarter. Eleanor with the miss. Rice tried to find the rebound. Minnelly instead. Zinkwich, 3-on-4 the other way. Hannah Zinkwich. Viato is going to be called on the foul. Zinkwich is going to head to the line for 2. They have not, it's astounding right now. I cannot get over the fact that they have not let their foot off the pedal this entire game. And where has this been all year?
And you know what? I think we are all wondering the same thing, especially just from last game. They were very stagnant on offense, not really pushing the ball, more half-court offensive plays. But you know what? They have obviously had a discussion. Keep the pedal to the metal, and everything seems to be going their way right now.
Goes 50% on that trip to Zinkwich, who averages 46% from the line. The Bug, being a pest, lays it off the nest and in. And a timeout on the floor.
A much-needed timeout there from U of T.
So Lee Johnson Edwards, second year at the helm for U of T. The Eagles, well, they're facing their largest deficit now, 15 points with 3 minutes left here in the first half. And we were talking about this off the last time out, how we've seen all year Sam Pokranik be the primary scorer for the Mountaineers. But what's more impressive at this point, we've seen often that they're all kind of looking for Sam in the past to do something, make something happen on the offensive end. And while, like you said, I think Kevin Duffy has told his players, just rip it and take it to the net. If you have to defer and hand it off to someone, do it, because that's a heck of a lot better than standing out beyond the perimeter and letting that defense come play you high.
And Sam Pokranik is the player to watch, but look at the team ball they are playing right now. And because they're distributing passes, everybody's getting a look, and it's just amazing the difference that is being made from last Saturday.
This team looks so much more relaxed right now, so much more vibrant, so much more free-flowing. I think this is the loosest and most confident we've seen the Mountaineers here on M-Link Sports and Entertainment since games first started being called for this 2018-19 campaign. Can they finish the half strong? We have 3 minutes to find that out. So what you're going to see is this 2-1-2 full court press try to be funneled to the sideline, then drop into a matchup 3-2 zone.
That trap almost working once again, and a turnover. Another one by U of T. Let's see what the Mountaineers can do with this.
Pokranik, Zinkwich, Davis, Minley, too strong, and Pokranik was there. Otong saves the ball. Sam Pokranik, second chance up and in. All thanks to the hustle of Didi Otong as she was falling out of bounds.
The rebounding is so key right now for the Mountaineers. It is working.
Zinkwich, Minley trying to force it into the right corner. Across the pond they go. Eagles not soaring too high here right now. The Bug with a strip. Pokranik's going to size up her man. Pokranik is not going to be contested off the left hand, and that's too easy for Sam Pokranik.
See, on the defensive end for U of T, you have to be more aggressive there. Even if you don't foul, even if you foul, you just can't let your man go up for an easy layup like that.
The wings falling off of the Eagles right now. Silva with the air ball, and out of nowhere, we go from a 10-point to a 19-point lead for the Lady Mountaineers.
And it's still only the first half, 1 minute and 50 seconds left, but you can look at the U of T team and you can tell that they are flustered right now. And it seems like the Mountaineers are getting in their head.
Kalura coming off the bench. See if she provides a spark in the last 2 minutes as the starters get a rest. Andreas, the jet sweep to the right. Pull-up shot. Shot is missing in the hands of Eleanor. Elenajar. Her teammates, Silva, Rice, Elenajar, straight away, too strong, Kalura rebound. 3-on-2 the other way. Smart strip on the play by Silva as Otong was streaking in the lane.
And so far, it seems like U of T cannot even buy a bucket right now. A couple of these shots that they're taking have been pretty good looks, but again, I just think they look a little bit flustered right now.
Zinkwich, right wing, Chapinier. Look for that dribble handoff, create contact from the Kalura screen. Way too strong on that one, not her best looking shot of the evening. Tasia Rooms the other way. Rice, Silva, hoists a prayer into the hands of her teammate, reverse layup missed. Chapinier bows off 3 Eagles and does a smart thing and throws it off the foot out of bounds.
That was a very smart play indeed. I wasn't expecting that. I thought she was just going to try and find an open teammate and pass it to them. They were doing that last Saturday as well. You can see on that last play, they didn't force anything, and if she did, I feel like it could have been a turnover.
Steve Wilkie calling for an adjustment there. Bradley Sparrow relaying the information to the scores table. So we'll see if the Mountaineers decide to go 2 for 1 in here in the late stages of the first half. Andreas wide open on the backside cut. None of the Mountaineers picked it up. Andreas, Zinkwich, left wing, got it!
And she was feeling that one. She already started running back on defense before that ball went in. Hit nothing but net on that shot.
Helena Jar. Silva. No Tong. Too strong on that one. She's going to get caught with the hands of the cookie jar. Victoria Silva back to the line. U of TM, the Eagles, 4 3-pointers in the first quarter, and, well, they haven't had much going at all because, guess what, partner? I've got a huge stat to tell you at the end of this quarter. A little foreplay here. Andreas, she's going to finish the half strong, off glass, too strong. Blew by the defender, had the inside step. Instead, it's going to be Zinkwich with the foul, and the ball is going to go 90 feet in the other direction. So the bonus, the one blimp, we'll call it, for the Mountaineers in this first half. Jamie Goit's going to check in with 11 seconds left in the first half. Zinkwich, strong first half, to say the least.
Yes, and a very well-deserved rest.
So the Mississauga, Ontario product, 5'6" guard. Jana Alanajar, a little perplexed after she missed that one, as is probably Celie Johnson-Edwards and her squad. Complete 180 for the Mountaineers here on your Tuesday evening. Goes 0 of 2, Otong the rebound. Last shot opportunity. Claire's got to keep her head up. She's going to adjust with the left hand, shot missed, Rice rebound. And that will be the end of 20 minutes here at the D-Bar. The Mohawk Mountaineers all over U of TM. The Eagles, well, it's been the opening ball movement from the opening tip-off by the Mountaineers that has made the difference, partner.
And as you can see from these replays, everything that the Mountaineers are doing seems to be going pretty well. A couple shots there made by U of T, but you know what? The Mountaineers are playing very excellent defense. Not a lot of turnovers, and again, things are just going their way right now.
The Eagles come into this game 5-12. The Mountaineers 4-12. But partner, get this one. Well, the Eagles, a total of 4 points in the second quarter after putting up 14 in that first quarter off 4 3-pointers. And guess what? The Mountaineers, their largest lead, the game for Steve Baxter and myself, Greg Campbell. We'll be back with second half action here on M-Link Sports and Entertainment.
And we are back here with the Mohawk Mountaineers versus the U of T Eagles. The Mountaineers currently lead by 22, 40-18. We are about to see if U of T can turn it around. It wasn't so hot for them the first half. They played all right in the first quarter, hitting a few threes. Really slowed down in that second quarter. Let's see what can happen here.
Second half action here underway. OCA women's basketball action being brought to you by M-Link Sports and Entertainment. Steve Baxter alongside myself, Greg Campbell, bringing you through Tuesday evening action here at the D-Bark. The Mountaineers, their largest lead of the game coming into the second half at 22 points off a blistering first half by Kevin Duffy and his squad. The Eagles, see what they're made of here in the second half, as they will be looking to climb out of a deep hole they have dug themselves into. Silva, notched off with Minley, hand check to the right side. Souza, way too strong pocket, good box out, Otong's got it. Good box out by Sam Pocket.
Yes, again, I think this might be the third, fourth, maybe 10th time I've said this.
You might be a broken record at this point.
The boxing out is key as Otong hits the easy wide open layup.
No one finds Didi Otong streaking into the lane. That 1-2-2 full court press coming right back where it started in the first half. Otong, Pockernick gets the steal. Cross court, Beth Minley, too strong, saves the ball. The Bug, Hannah Davis finds Pockernick streaking and one. Sam Pockernick, a strong first half, led the team with 14 points. She adds her total right at the beginning of the second half.
She takes off right where she left off in the first half. Excellent take by Pockernick.
Pockernick, 5 of 10 from the field, including 4 made free throws, 5 rebounds. Hannah Zinkwich, 10 points, 6 boards, and Beth Minley, 8 points and 3 boards to lead the way for the Mountaineers. Three-point play is complete. On the other side, Victoria Sylvia had 6 points for the Eagles. And then Yelena Viado, who has 4 fouls in this contest already, has 6 points. And Trisha Bowe had 4. The Eagles shooting 21% in the first half compared to 43% for the home side.
And that is excellent shooting by the Mountaineers. And you know what? They're shooting that well because most of their baskets have been in the paint, layups, and it's just going exactly the way that they want it to right now.
Large part of that, the Mountaineers capitalizing off turnovers, outscoring UTM 15-5 in that statistical category. Also out-rebounding the visitors by a 32-19 margin. Pockernick 2-on-1 the other way. Otong, so long, she says to the Eagles defense. The Mountaineers pick it up right where they left off at the end of the first half. 29-point lead.
UTM just, I mean, it's only 2 minutes in, but they just cannot get anything going. Two quick turnovers to start this second half for UTM.
Sally Johnson Edwards, second year of coaching at the helm for the Eagles. Bit frustrating to say the least. That won't help matters. Otong, coast to coast, too strong on that. Pockernick with the rebound and the miss. So a pair of blown opportunities. You think they were the Eagles whose wings were broken on that one, but it was the Mountaineers. Saw the heavens open up on a wide open opportunity there. Couldn't make it happen. We haven't seen that much this evening.
No, we definitely have not.
Mountaineers gave up 4 3-pointers to the visitors in the first quarter. The script has changed. A 180 from their Saturday afternoon where they were simply, quite put it, run out of the building. Zinkwich bullied her way through and finds the Bug in Haley Davis. Her first basket of the third.
That was a very nice pass. Beautiful.
Kevin Duffy told me at the half, I said, what do you put in the drinking water, coach? I said, well, frankly, I told the girls, deep 3 on the other end made by Silva. He said, well, it's not out of reach just yet. He said they have to do at least one more good run here in the third or fourth quarter to really seal this game away. He also said it helps that Janelle Viado has 4 fouls in this contest. She's been sitting on the bench for the most part. The Bug misses on that one. Eleanor has rebound. Finds her teammate in Silva. Silva bounce pass, chest pass. A block they're going to call. So Davis tried to set her feet. Is that the right call there? Was she late?
No, no. You know what? It was the right call. If she was there,
I just saw a little flip of the script from you there. No, the wrong. No. I think they're right.
No, I think it was the right call. You have to be set. If she was there, maybe half a second to a second earlier, I think it could have been a charge.
So Jody Halabi will head to the line. To Damascus, Syria native will hit the first. Quiet first half for her. Zeros across the scoreboard except a single turnover in 2 minutes and 30 seconds worth of action on the court. Rebound though, Rooms is gonna get fouled.
Oh, they're gonna call the jump ball.
All right, so they say D'Souza had a jump ball as she went up in the air there. So it'll be Eagles possession. Shot clock will be reset. It should be to 8. It's gonna be 12. Silva on the inbound. Rice. Silva over Parente. Box out Kalura. Too much on Rice that time.
And so you know what? It's the right idea. They've been boxing out this whole game. Nothing is going to stop them from keeping the box out. There was a foul call there, but that's not going to change what she does for the rest of the game.
Was this simply just a matter of Kalura using her hip too much and extending it outwards, kind of?
Yes, there was a little bit of movement on her part. Yeah, just kind of sticking her hip out a little bit too much.
Deep 3. Mountaineers are going to be content to let that go out of bounds as Eleanor goes flying to the other side, calling for a foul. Andreas over there to help her.
Looking at the refs with her hands up, wondering where the heck that foul call is.
It's in the back pocket, stored for later, partner.
And you know what?
It looks clean from our replays.
Yeah.
I think it's just Zinkwich boxing out the area there and knowing to use the sideline as her friend in that situation.
Yeah, she didn't go out of her way to create contact with the body. She just stood there in the corner and made sure that the UTM player could not save that ball and bring it back in.
I think this is the turning point in the game right here, that they've decided to bring back in Janela Viado. So Viado's got 4 fouls. Next one, she's out of this contest, but trailing by 27, 4 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Well, I think it's time the Eagles have to make a run of their own. Too strong on that one. Andrea's rebound gets ripped out of her hands by Eleanor. Just a little ticked off after that non-call.
Yep.
Viado, left wing, too strong. Parente, Zinkwich. And see, that's what happens when you have 4 fouls there. Viado has to back off completely in that situation because she doesn't want to be checked out.
And this is what I was saying earlier in the game. The fouls are going to become a key thing in this ball game. As you could just see there, just let her go. Wide open layup.
Off the foot. Ooh. Whoa. I don't agree with that. Bradley Sparrow on that one.
You know what? And I agree with you.
I wish we had the replay on that one come up there. We got to see how tight that was. So they're going to rule it ball for the Eagles. Sparrow's going to hand it off. Viado.
Almost a 5-second call there. Just got it in time.
Silva. Over Zinkwich. Too strong Rice. Viado, left wing, look at this, pull-up shot way too strong after 4 3-pointers in that first quarter. They've gone cold the rest of the way. 4 of 10 in the first half.
Little bit too strong on that layup there, so UTM is coming right down the other way. And just a lost handle on that layup. You can see in her face, she is just disappointed in herself. She knew she should have had that one.
She made the correct side step there on Alex Parente, and then just switching that ball from right to left, just not as comfortable finishing with that left hand, and just was underneath the rim by the time that one finished there.
And you can see UTM trying to almost run the same scheme on defense with that 1-2-2 press. They're just not running it as successful as the Mountaineers are.
Kevin Duffy said before this game is talking about chasing versus rotating in terms of their offensive output. And by that we mean get that ball moving, get the defense chasing on its heels. 1 on the shot clock, prayer up. Tried to alley to Parente on there. Just caught that, though, when the shot clock expired. So Haley Davis, the bug, been a bit of a pest here in the first half of action. First half total points for her, well, she had 4 points and 3 rebounds, including a pair of assists in 11 minutes of action, but a perfect 2 of 2 from the field. Pocket, right corner, shot missed, rebound by the bug. Parente creates, oh, she's trying to create that contact.
Yeah, wanted that contact, but you know what? Her pivot foot still stayed down. The audience and the UMT bench wanted a travel call on that, but she kept her pivot foot down. Very smart play.
So sadly, Johnson Edwards right now talking to official Michael Way Casey right now, wondering why Parente didn't get called for the charge in that situation by fully initiating contact on Viato, which is a smart thing to do considering she has 4 fouls already and she's on her heels in a transition play. But guess what? She has the last laugh in this one because she's at the charity strike. Viato, the team's second leading scorer, averaging nearly 11 points per game, makes the first. Quiet first half due to 4 personal fouls, 2 of 4 from the field. She had 6 points in the first quarter alone, and well, she was 2 of 7 when it was said and done at the end of that first half. Adds 2 to her total there, though.
As Pockernick back in the game.
27-point lead, Mountaineers. Andreas gonna find that double. She's gonna find Parente. Oh my goodness.
Just
Parente
rushed it a little bit too much on that pass. She had 2 wide open teammates underneath, and you know what? Maybe she just didn't decide who to pass to on that one.
Well, Chapinier was clapping for that ball when she was looking to Parente.
Yeah.
I don't know in the back of the head if that's something that triggered the miss pass there. We'll chalk it up. They get a pass on that one because, of course, they're passing with flying colors here on your Tuesday evening.
Yes.
They have checked off all the box points here to this point. Kevin Duffy told us a number of things before the game. I mean, they've exceeded expectations. It's the best we've seen them simply play this year here at the D-Bar.
Yeah, just perfect execution on offense, defense, and you can see they're not laughing or smiling, but you can tell the Mountaineers are having fun right now.
They're more relaxed than we've ever seen. Alex Parente's shot gets partially blocked on the play. Viato the other way, looking for a teammate. She's gonna fake it, she's gonna create contact, can't make it. Look at this, 3-0 the other way. Stretch outlet, Pockernick, oh my goodness, the bug misses. But there is Emily Chapinier to clean up the garbage. You know that's embarrassing in her head because there was no one within 25 feet of her on that one.
Yeah, I know.
She's going to get that in the film session the next day.
Yes, she is.
I guarantee you that one, folks. Parente skip to Pockernick. Collapsing Eagles defense on the press, and Pockernick the other way, coast to coast. And a timeout on the floor for Sully Johnson Edwards, who has seen enough. The Mountaineers' largest lead of the game, 31-point lead with 2:36 left in the third quarter. I've not got to say that much this year, Coach, about this.
No.
But I mean, partner, we haven't seen a win here in the D-Bar by the Lady Mountaineers since January the 18th and 19th. Now, I know that's not that long ago, but that was the sweep at the hands of the Sioux when they won 64-60 on the Friday night, and then 57-51 on the Saturday night. And their last win was actually at Redeemer when they won 82-78. But home hasn't been too kind to the Mountaineers this year. But tonight, again, I don't know what they put in the drinking water before the game there. I'm not accusing anyone of taking illegal substances, folks. But, again, Kevin Duffy talked about it all year about the flashes of potential, the flashes of playmaking possibilities, the flashes of greatness from this team defensively and transitioning offensively. And we're finally starting to see it come to fruition.
Mm-hmm. And because of the 12 losses, they haven't been too successful, and you can just look at the Mountaineers and just tell they're sick of losing. We are going to come all out in this ball game. Whether we're up by 5 or 40, we are going to put 100% in the entire game.
Kevin Duffy was telling me too, that first half is the way he remembers Mountaineers basketball, what he's used to at this point. And they're not establishing herself properly on the play as Silva. So miscues all over for the Eagles. Getting their wings clipped off at the moment here. 31-point lead. OCA women's basketball action on your Tuesday evening being brought to you by M-Link Sports and Entertainment. Steve Baxter alongside Greg Campbell bringing you through the action here at the D-Bar. Rice with the turnover to Viado. Match up with Pockernick. I thought this was going to be a star matchup we haven't got to see a lot of. Right wing three, too strong. Davis push out and the rebound. So Davis clearly clears her defender in the play. Parente, the left hand, scoop shot miss. Viado hustle. Oh. Viado has been bumped around a couple times here in the third quarter.
UMT players still down on the ground, being surrounded by teammates.
Look at this, partner. That's a bigger hit than I saw in any of the Super Bowl plays this weekend.
And that is 100% true. Yeah, that was a hard hit. She seems to be okay.
Again, it's not that they're targeting Viado.
No.
But she's been a subject to a number of situations right now with those 4 fouls, and she's playing with house money basically at this point. But they have to go all in, especially with the way they're trailing this game. The Mountaineers on a 3-game losing streak, if memory serves me correctly, coming into this contest. And on the flip side, U of T and the Eagles, well, they have lost their last game they play. They have a game in hand on the Mountaineers. They are 5-12. The Mountaineers 4-12 at this point.
And they are going to call a foul on the Mountaineers on that last play, giving UMT the ball.
So the Mountaineers 1-7 on the road, 3-5 in what we would want to call the friendly confines of the D-Bar. Hasn't been exactly too kind to them this year. The other side, well, as the foul's called on the floor, the Eagles, they ain't much better at home either. They're 3-5 and they're 2-7 on the road. So something's got to give here this afternoon, well, this evening, partner. And right now, it's all tipped in the Mountaineers' favor.
Yes, it has. Missed free throw there by UMT. She is very disappointed in herself at missing that one.
So we've seen Eleanor there a couple of times, the 5'6" guard out of Mississauga, Ontario, her second year of eligibility. That's what she needs to see is the ball go through the net. A couple times easy opportunities have slipped through her fingers, quite literally. Parente, hard pass over to Andreas, matched up with Rice. And that's going to be a turnover. A rare one for Kevin Duffy and his squad, something we haven't called out too much in this game. Coming into the third quarter, the Mountaineers had 10 turnovers, the Eagles 12, but the difference, the points off the turnovers, as the Mountaineers had 15, the visitors just 5 off those 10 turnovers they have forced. Pockernick. It's going to slow it down. Smart call there. 30-point lead. 1 minute left here in the third. Pockernick tried to thread the needle to Parente. Viado, left wing. There you go.
And she felt that one. She started shuffling backwards before that ball even went in. The net is still up, wrapped around the rim. She hit nothing but net on that one.
Viado, a 27-point three-point shooter from the land beyond. Chapinier too strong. U of TM started this game with 4 3-pointers. That's the first one we've seen in quite some time. The 6 total fouls in this quarter, but we haven't seen a lot of breaks in the action from Steve Wilkie, Bradley Spera, and Michael Wade Casey. We've kind of seen them put the whistle away, except in really hard foul situations to this point. Viado, Rice to the paint, Rooms. Matchup with Chapinier, spins, bodies, creates contact off glass.
And that's a very nice post move. You can tell she practices that in
her room. Last shot? Nope, I think not. Parente goes for it. Pockernick rebound. They're going to get bailed out. 10 on the shot clock. The bug. What a pass. Call the Terminator.
Yeah, and she just called her own number on that one.
Rice can't make it nice, and that's the end of 3 here at the D-Bark. A third 27-point lead for the Mohawk Mountaineers. DDO Tong off glass, Pockernick with the left hand, and the end one. And again, it's been all points to the paint this point for the Mountaineers, partner.
Yep, the defense is awesome, and boxing out is very key, as you can see in the replays. And if you've been watching this game with us, they are boxing out, and they've only allowed maybe a couple offensive rebounds. They're doing amazing.
It's been a game of runs, and all those runs at this point have been in favor of the Mountaineers, who after the first quarter only led by 3 points. They led 17-14, and then, well, they put in work on the defensive end, only allowing 4 points in that second quarter to head into the half with a 40-18 lead. And well, that third quarter, no different. They've given up a couple more points. They outscored the visitors by 5, 17-12 in that third quarter. But it's been Mountaineers basketball the entire way, and I think that's the key thing, is they're playing their pace and their style of ball, partner.
Yes, they are. Everything is going their way right now. Again, 27-point lead for the Mohawk Mountaineers against UMT.
Now, Steve, Pockernick's got 19 and 6 boards. Zinkwich, 12 points and 8 boards. Those are both up for double-doubles. I think this is where you're going to like it. Minnelly's got 8. Davis has 8. And they've got a pair of players. They've got a third player, or 2 other players with 4 points. So Tong's got 4, Chapagnier's got 4. So scoring by committee.
Yes, team basketball. And you know what? I think that's one of the main problems for UMT, because they can't focus on just one player. They have to focus on the entire team. And very even scoring. You can tell they're just giving the rock to their players and trusting their teammates.
The Eagles, huge deficit, 27 points, the turnover by the Mountaineers. Their top 3 shooters in this game, Victoria Silva, Kayla Rice, and Janelle Viado. Well, they've gone a combined 8 of 34 from the field, folks. That's not going to win you ball games, with Viado leading the way with 11 points and playing with 4 fouls since the start of the second half. Aforementioned Viado handed off to Vo, finds a teammate in the lane, in and out again by Alanar. We've seen that a couple times here in the second half.
Yeah, you can just tell in their faces and body language, like I said before. They are just very flustered right now. Can't get anything to go their way, as there is a foul call on UMT, and Kalura will be going to the line for 2 shots.
The Mountaineers already 14 trips to the charity stripe through 3, 10 of 14 from that department. Kalura is in and out on the toilet bowl on that one. 1 of 2, now make that 1 of 3. And the Eagles only shooting 19% in the game, including 14% in that third quarter. That is a tough pill to swallow.
That is not going to win you ball games.
Viado, Minnelly spins her out. Rooms, Vo, Viado, gets Zinkwich moving right-handed in. Strong take, and you can see how she's been the focal point, Janelle Viado. Even with 4 fouls, she's remaining aggressive.
Yes, and unlike, it seems like the rest of the game, just that possession right there, the ball movement was good, and they ended up getting a nice layup out of that. That's exactly what you want in your offense, is very good ball movement, as there is a missed free throw by UTM.
Goit and Borg on the floor for Kevin Duffy and his squad. The substitution coming. Silva is going to check back into the game. Second year out of Toronto, 5'7" guard. So Viada Silva talking how this offensive set's going to be run. She looks like she wanted the screen. Flash in the paint. Zinkwich A little rip on the play.
Now, there was a
A little
foul.
stare down.
There was a
again,
foul call there on the Mohawk Mountaineer, but she was a little bit too aggressive on that. Not only that, I think that pass was still forced in there. Maybe she could have taken her time and passed it to somebody else, but
Eleanor trying to body, hits the floor. That's a travel. Squirming around after losing that ball there.
when you're on the ground with the basketball, you cannot start rolling on the ground. You have to get rid of it. Or you know what the smart play would have been is just to call a timeout.
But partner, stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
As we got a roll and a travel that called the other way by Michael Way Casey on the Mountaineers. Mountaineers led by 3 after 1. They led by 22 at the half, 17 after the third, and 25 at this point in the fourth. Or 27, my apologies, through 3. So Viado remains aggressive here in the early stages of the fourth quarter.
Holding her teeth there. She got hit in the mouth. Didn't see where it happened, but still rubbing her front teeth.
Now, you don't see a lot of basketball players wear mouth guards traditionally.
No, not in this age, not in college too much. You see it a bit if you watch the NBA. I mean, Steph Curry's always chewing on his out the side. I don't even know if he uses it. It's just a thing that he does.
It's like half the football players don't have it in before the play. I'm like, what's the point of having it then? Here's the key thing, though. A little side story for you here. I think the mouth guards are super important because back in high school, my glory days of basketball, I went up for a rebound one time and I got knocked dead in the tooth. An elbow on a rebound, and guess what? That tooth's dead now.
Oh, no.
So I had to get, mouth surgery, get some things fixed up. But you think it'd be anything else but a rebound where your teeth would kind of have issues, bad eating habits, sugar, all those things like that. Nope, just a simple drilling into the mouth from an elbow courtesy of another player.
UTM.
Back on the court. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth. Rooms. The Bugs still going at it.
Puts her body on the line, and you have to love the aggressiveness. Again, whether they're up by 5 or up by 27.
You hate it if you're the Eagles. It's like when you're watching TV and you just see that millipede or centipede come out of nowhere and disrupt what you're doing. That's what we're seeing from the Bug and Haley Davis. Rice, splice, make it nice. There you go. Minley splits 2, splits 4, adds 2 more.
Oh, and that is, what a beautiful move.
Beautiful move, Beth Minley. Eleanor forcing it the other side. Rice rebound, Rooms with the right hand, too strong. Otong push off Eleanor. Viado in and out of the toilet bowl. Ball bounced around, and it's going to be Eagles possession. But go back to that last play, partner. That aggressiveness there just shows the confidence each Mountaineer has at this point.
Yes, and you know what? She did a quick little look off, looked like she was passing to one of her teammates, and then split another 2 defenders to get that nice layup.
And we're seeing the Eagles once again in that possession. They're forcing that ball into the paint area for Eleanor. We don't think it's necessary.
No, and you know what? Not only are they forcing the pass in down low, they're just forcing shots up, hoping to get foul calls. And you're not supposed to put shots up hoping for a foul call. You need to put shots up like you're going to make it.
Look at that track meet the other way, too. The 4 Mountaineers streaking like it's a regular practice here at the D-Bar. The hustle hasn't let up. 3 minutes here into the fourth. M-Link Sports and Entertainment bring you OCA women's basketball action here on your Tuesday evening. Steve Baxter alongside Greg Campbell. Viado into the lane. The Mountaineers 4-12 coming into this contest. The Eagles 1 game in hand at 5-12, but it's been all Mountaineers leading through all 3 quarters. No different here in the fourth. They have a 23-point lead as Viado heads to the line for 2. So Zinkwich out, Pockernick in.
And let's see If I'm not mistaken, Pockernick still has 19 points.
Through 3, yes. 19 points off 7 of 14 shooting from the
And
field.
she just got subbed in. Let's see if she can break 20 points this game.
I want to see if Zinkwich can get a double-double, too.
Yes. Yes.
We'll see. Minley had 8 through 3. A slew of Mountaineers getting in on the party here at the D-Bar. 2-3 zone. Otong found a lone. Left wing shot missed. Kalura rebound. Minley deferred the pass to Pockernick. Too strong. Ball tipped around. Viado has it. Silva picks up her dribble. Rooms and Pockernick. Viado. Minley forcing her to that left hand. Nice pass underneath.
And they are going to call a charge. What a defensive play, putting her body on the line and a UTM player on the ground.
Guess who? The Bug. Back in. Get out of here. The Terminator. Call the Terminator, folks. Haley Davis, a.k.a. The Bug, is putting on a show here. She's running around like she's got 18 legs. Never mind just the 2 she has on her body right now.
The Mountaineers have really good ball movement. They've been boxing out on the defensive end. And not even those 2 things, they are putting their body on the line. Every loose ball, you see a Mountaineer on the ground, diving for it, just trying to do the best they can for their team.
And the thing is, especially with players like Davis, they won't always show up in the stat sheet with having the best statistical night. But she has changed the pace of this game, and the momentum has stayed on the court every time she is subbed on, and that is a key difference. The bench players for the Mountaineers, a.k.a. the role players, have been keeping up the pace of play. So Wilkie's going to get the call on the floor there. Should be on Minley with a push. And you can see right now over by the Eagles bench right now, Viado getting checked out after that hard fall. Silva's at the line. It's the first. Silva threw 3 at 9 points off 3 of 12 shooting from the field, 3 of 10 from the land beyond.
And that is not what you want. Those are some James Harden stats for you.
Well, the lead has shrunk slowly, partner. 8-point differential. They're up by 27 at one point, now down to 19. You gotta be careful here in the waning stages of the 4th quarter. Kalura off the slip pass inside. Minley shot missed. Ball fumbled around. Vo. It's gonna go the other way.
Let's see if UTM can get something going here.
Silva tried to find rooms right into the hand of Kalura. Vo tried to strip it. That's a quick foul there called against Silva. Bradley Sparrow there calling it before the double could get established. So Wilkie's going to come over to the table, reset the shot clock. Shot clock reset to 18 because they established possession after a foul in the front end. So it'll be where they were when the last time they had the ball. If it's under 14, then it gets reset to 14. Kalura right in the paint. Vo's gonna get doubled.
Yeah, and she had to get rid of that ball earlier.
Minley, Pockernick. Davis calling for it, doesn't get it, matched up with Rooms. They're gonna get the Bug, Davis, on 3 in the lane, and a call you don't see that often, especially for high-level basketball, but when you fall asleep and you're trying to find your spot in the paint, that's gonna happen sometimes.
And because they're up 19 points, I feel like they're starting to kind of take it easy, be a little bit stagnant on offense, just kind of ball watching, and I think that is why there was a 3-second call in the lane.
Elizabeth D'Souza, the 5'11" forward out of Cambridge in her first year of eligibility, waiting for the scorers, by the scorers table, waiting to be subbed in. Rice, Rooms, over Chapinier, that gets it to go, 17-point lead.
And you know what, there's 4.5 minutes left in this ball game, which means it is not over.
Remember, the Eagles had 4 3-pointers in the first quarter alone. Pockernick, deep 2 shot missed. Minley rebound. hustling the Eagles on the floor. Mountaineers are going to retain it.
And you know what? The Eagles just allowed an offensive rebound. If you're playing a 2-3 zone, that is just unacceptable. That should not be happening.
To play devil's advocate, is this simply a matter of because they're in that zone, they're not finding their assigned man on the box out there because of the zone they're restricted to?
Yes, and that's why it seems like whenever they do a cross-court pass on the opposite side, just like you saw there, that person is wide open, and Pockernick drills that three.
$20-point lead for the Mountaineers. Mountaineers looking to improve to 5-12. They would leapfrog the Eagles in the standings courtesy of the head-to-head win. Otong bounce pass to Minley. Parente. Minley. Baseline off glass shot altered on the play. They go 2-on-1 the other way when it's said and done. Too strong by Eleanor on that one. Sally Johnson-Edwards telling the scores table she wants a timeout on the next opportunity. That might be the time for Kevin Duffy and his squad to empty the bench, as it looks like with 3 minutes to go, they should have this one wrapped in the bag. Chapinier in and around the world.
And another offensive rebound. Like I was just saying, if you're in a 2-3 zone, you cannot allow that.
I can make a viral video off the number of times we've had this conversation in this game.
Actually,
We could make a good song video over it.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Maybe we'll get the guys back in the guys and gals back in the truck there. Do a little remix.
I have no disagreements.
Timeout, as we just mentioned, on the floor. Kevin Duffy and his squad, although kind of laying off the foot for a couple waiting seconds here. The fourth, I mean, start to finish, it's been a complete team effort.
Yes. Oh, for sure. Like we were just saying, it's so evenly scoring. It hasn't been just one person. I mean, Pockernick has 19 to 22 points, and everybody else still has 8 points, 8 points, 8 points, 12 points, 12 points, and that's exactly what you want. Basketball is a team sport, and they are putting that.
Pockernick, 22 points to lead all scorers on the court this evening. The catalyst, the spark, the plug, the commander, the general, whatever you want to call it for Kevin Duffy and his squad. She's put in the work, but it's been her teammates as well, following her lead, staying aggressive. And again, the entire Army has come out here on your Tuesday evening, and hence the Mountaineers playing some of their best basketball this season. The team ahead of them in the standings in a 22-point lead with 2:40 left here in the fourth. So Rooms almost gets stripped by Minley. Look how far they're forcing the Eagles out. Pockernick with the easy strip. Choreographed pass on that one by the Eagles.
Very predictable on that one.
Chapinier, her turn to get in on the action. Pivot sweep. Parente straight away. Otong alone in the corner. Coming up with the rebound are the Eagles. So Sally Johnson-Edwards and her team will fall to 5-13 with the loss here at the D-Bar. Parente gets the steal, is going to miss the layup. I was going to say is going to end this contest. Had to wait on that one. Can she put the finishing touches here? No.
Nothing but air on that one.
Getting a little excited ourselves here. It's been a while since we called a win here at the D-Bar.
1 minute and 35 seconds left in this ball game. 64-42 for the Mohawk Mountaineers. Check that. Make that 64-44.
Remember the men's game coming up at 8 p.m. here at the D-Bar, as it'll be the male Eagles and the male Mountaineers squaring off in the second game of a back-to-back here on your Tuesday evening. Back on the court. Rooms is going to have to bring it up on her own against Minley. Silva. Souza. Rooms inside the three-point line. Did not get the friendly bounce there. Out of bounds, Mountaineers, and with under a minute to play, I think we can safely say, partner, this one's over.
Yeah, and you can just see the body language on the Eagles. They are not happy with themselves, disappointed. And just on that last possession, they had the ball, and it seems like they had just given up. Shot put up by the Mountaineers. Another offensive rebound.
Otong, Pokranik drives baseline. She gets the floor to go, and that'll put the finishing touches on this one, folks.
30 seconds left in this ball game, 66-44 for the Mountaineers. And a strip by Otong. Let's see if she can find Pokranik beside her.
Otong
decides to take it by herself and gets called for that travel call. It will be Eagles basketball.
So still pushing the pace in the late stages here. Doesn't matter the score difference. Kevin Duffy told them not to take their foots off the pedal. They've responded here. One last possession, maybe a second one. 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Can't get that one to go, and it will stay.
So Eagles getting our opportunity here. So they're going to fall to 5-13 with the loss. Eleanor still creating contact against Pokranik. Reverse layup, up and in. And the Mountaineers will run this one out. Sam Pokranik's going to get it across the half line. And that's the end of this ball game. Mountaineers win, Mountaineers win, Mountaineers win. The Lady Mountaineers walk away with a 66-46 victory over the Eagles. And partner, start to finish, this is just a complete effort by the Lady Mountaineers. Kevin Duffy and his squad, well, they had a slow start on Saturday's contest. Completely different script here on your Tuesday.
Oh, and you know what? Again, team basketball wins ball games. You could see Duffy on the sideline here with his team looking very impressed, very happy with his squad. And you know what? It all pays off.
Now, early on, we saw the Eagles hit 4 3-pointers, but it was all for naught as the Mountaineers have the last laugh. They found the ball in the paint time and time again. Defensively, well, they got the job done, and, well, they walk away with the victory. So with the win, the Lady Mountaineers improved to 5-12 on the season. And on the flip side, well, the Lady Eagles, they dropped to 5-13 with a loss. Now, Steve Baxter, I mean, just give me one word to describe the effort of this team.
You know what? That's tough because I'm thinking of 20 good words right now.
I'm going to say complete.
Yes.
Start to
perfect.
finish, the Lady Mountaineers get the job done. They walk away with a 20-point victory. And while this is their third game over a 7-day stretch, the next time they play is Friday evening at 6 p.m. here at the D-Bark. We got the men's action coming up shortly here at the D-Bark. And for MLink Sports and Entertainment, for Steve Baxter, myself, Greg Campbell, we'll see you shortly as the Lady Mountaineers win here on your Tuesday evening. Welcome back inside the D-Bark Arena. We have the second game of a doubleheader between the Mohawk Mountaineers and the UTM Mississauga Eagles. And partner, we saw in the last game, the Lady Mountaineers come out and respond after a big loss on Saturday. Will Brian Jonker and his squad do the same in the men's game?
Well, you know what? I hope he took some tippers from Duffy. They are going to have to come out strong on defense. They are going to have to box out just like the ladies team and keep the tempo really fast.
Now the Eagles coming into this game with a 4-13 record off 17 games played this year. They have lost their last 2 games. The Mountaineers, a 5-10 record, lost their last 4 games, but they have 2 games in hand in the standings over the Eagles. Calling this game tonight will be Tony Turnbull, Tony Ellington, and Greg Spagnoli with the call on the floor. Starters for the Mountaineers, well, it's the usual suspects. Milos Mlachon in the forward position, Emmanuel Otong. Kudjul Masuko returns to the lineup, Matt Foster, as well as Aaron Case. And then on the other side, it's John Philibert, as well as Zaman Khan for the Eagles. Siding him is Kyle Christ, as well as Nicholas Quanti. And rounding out the starting 5 is Gregory Roberts, the 6'1" guard out of Toronto, Ontario, who had 39 points in their last game. We'll see. Brian Jonker said he had to watch out and stop the point guard scoring. We'll see what we get here over the next 40 here at the D-Bar. Right away, we got a high 3-2 zone going on by the Eagles, and a turnover right off the bat by the Mountaineers. Eagles, other way, right wing 3. And that's in and out of the toilet ball, flushed around, secured by the Eagles in Christ. Bounce pass inside, Otong up in the air, a foul on the follow through, and Philibert will head to the line for the first time tonight.
It was a good call, but it was really late.
Now John Philibert has started only in 8 of the 15 games he's played this year, averaging 5 points per game. Too strong on the first, shoots 60% from the line. Also grabs 3.3 boards a game as well. And Roberts, who we mentioned at the top, well, he's averaging a ridiculous nearly 28 points per game. So it's not out of the question he could go off for 40 tonight.
Oh, for sure.
Slip underneath, Foster off the glass, and good penetration by the Mountaineers. Their turn for the full court press. Eagles break it. Pocket right corner, in and out again. Back-to-back threes missed, this time by Quanti. Kudjul, too strong for Otong. Going the other way, coast to coast. Roberts blocked! Otong! Get that garbage out of here!
Oh my God.
But never mind, shut me right away up. Quanti with the left wing 3, the 6'2" guard out of Milton. And look at the pace we got here early on. Case.
Now this is the ball game everybody wants to see right here.
Otong, Kudjul, fake the pass, left wing 3, fadeaway, too strong, rebound. Eagles, 4 on 2. Dump pass inside, off glass, shot missed. Ball fumbled around, Masuka's got it. Finally, we got a stoppage there. They're gonna call a foul. So it'd be like, they called a slap to the face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So something you don't see rarely on a rebounding foul on the follow through there. So the Eagles, well, they're out and running. Only a 4-2 game, but I feel like we've already seen at least 30 shot attempts, partner, at this point.
That's what it feels like, and I think everybody loves this up-tempo basketball game. It's going to be eventful for the rest of the night, folks.
Suka high points to rebound. Case backdoor, lob Otong. Oh my goodness, and he finishes. Right over the defender, Zaman Khan on the play.
And that was a little bit high. If that was a little bit lower, that would have been a crazy dunk.
Shot missed on the right side. Case bounce pass. Milos between the legs. Ooh, shifty by the forward. Otong, so long, he says, and the Mountaineers out to their biggest lead of this game, 7-4 they lead.
And that's definitely what they want to do on offense. Penetrate, look out on the outside, because the defense is going to collapse You just got to look for the open teammate on the outside.
Nkosi Adams and Brian Jogger both asking for their teams to push the pace, courtesy of a block there on the play by Kyle Crispillos. Get that out of here, he says. And a stare down at the end for Gregory Roberts.
And this is quite the defensive battle early on. 3 very nice blocks.
I'm going to lose my voice.
Oh, yeah. I am trying to contain myself from yelling into this mic.
Let me finish first, and then you can fill in. We got 4 players, 4 key plays already we've seen in this game. Roberts with the miss. Case. Use that right hand. Again, tonight stripped. Roberts, coast to coast. Otong sizing him up. Otong's going to lose that battle. Inside position on the play by Gregory Roberts. He heads to the line.
Yes, he does. And you know what? Otong got a very nice block 2 possessions ago. Tried to go for that block on that play, but you know what? The Eagles player used his body to get in front of Otong to get that foul.
Gregory Roberts averaging 27.7 points per game to be exact as he makes the first there. Shoots 71% from the field, 45%. 71 from the line, 45% from the field, almost 7 rebounds a game and 4 assists as well, and almost 2.5 steals. So a little bit of everything this product can do out of Toronto, Ontario. By the way, he's only in his first year, folks. He's got a couple of years left. Otong dump onto Milos, wasn't expecting it. Roberts skips it across the pond. Foster, green contact. Roberts gets Case moving into the lane off the right hand, too strong. Otong comes up with it. Manuel Otong behind the back. He's gonna go off his foot. Too fancy, they're gonna call it off an Eagle last, much to the dismay of the entire Eagles bench.
Yes, and the entire Eagles bench was up on their feet trying to argue with the referee about the call. They felt like it should have been the Eagles basketball.
You see that right at the end there. Does it go off Otong last? They might have a case based on that replay, but Tony Turnbull's going to hand it off to Kudzu Masuka, and we're going to get back underway. Lajon with the seal, but they missed shot. Khan the other way, bodies Foster. Roberts right wing 3. Oh, way back in the 6th.
And he holds that form up. He knew that one was good.
Roberts here, already a problem for the Mountaineers, and a turnover. 2-point lead here early on. 3:45 gone in the first quarter. 16 points already on the board between the two sides. The crowd filling up nicely after the ladies game, in which the ladies Mountaineers walked away with a 20-point victory. The male Mountaineers do the same. We still have a lot of time. 36 minutes to be exact to find the answer to that one. Lane slip and a pick and roll, and a beautiful finish by Philibert on that one.
What a feed. That was a beautiful pass. Made it look like he was about to take a layup on that and just last second dish off for the easy layup.
Case gets it in the backcourt. Masuka. Crossover with the right, trying to get fancy into the hands of Roberts. 2-on-1 the other way. Roberts against Case, creates contact, too strong. Tip in. Can you do it? Yes, he can.
Yes, he can. Very nice follow-up. Yeah, sometimes you have to act and just act like it's going to be a miss so that you can go up and get that rebound.
Otong fade away. Ooh, pretty shot, Emmanuel Otong. Like a game of 2K with that jumper along the baseline there.
And the way Otong has been playing so far this game, he's been pulling up-tempo. I think he's going to be a key to this ballgame.
Chris, the 6'5" guard out of Waterdown, Ontario, left wide open, makes no mistake to lead the largest of the game, 7. And again, another turnover by Brian Chonker in the squad, and hence the timeout being called to the scorers table. We have a break here early on. 5 minutes exactly gone in the first quarter here at the D-Bark. It's the Eagles up by 7. We talked about before this game, just moments before tip-off, partner, that just like the ladies game where they had to have a flip to the script, well, we saw flashes of that early on, But right now, the turnovers are killing Brian Jonker and his team.
And that's what I was about to say. It seems like they're playing all right, but a couple early turnovers in this first quarter, and the Eagles are capitalizing on that. They are scoring
And
off the turnovers.
A big reason why for that, well, Gregory Roberts, the 6'1" guard out of Toronto, Ontario, with first year of eligibility. We've already seen him hit from the land beyond, create contact in the lane and finish. He's been a handful, to say the least, for Brian Jonker and his squad. And in the standings, well, the Eagles, they're trying to improve to 5-13 with a win, and the Mountaineers come into this contest having lost their last 4, sitting at 5-10 on the year, 2-7 in their last 9 games. Ricky Morrison's in for the first time, as is John Dolmage, Jordan Martin in as well. So a couple lineup changes by Brian Jonker out of the timeout. The Eagles, sponsored by Under Armour, moving left to right. Tong got in front, and he wins that. So they're actually going to call the illegal screen on John Philibert. Is it just an extension of the elbow on that one?
You know what? I think I did a little bit. I think it was the right call by the referee on that play.
So the right elbow extended on the play by Philibert, and the Mountaineers have possession. 4 high they go with this offensive set. Bounce pass to Otong. Ball bounced around. Roberts. Bounce pass underneath. Finishing off glass and high, pointing that shot, Christ. Nine-point lead. Doubling up the Mountaineers right now are the Eagles. Bounce pass inside Otong. Thought about the dunk, did the smart thing, just converted off glass.
And make it easy on yourself. It would have been crazy, but you know what? Take the easy two.
Roberts gets a screen. To the lane floater, he's on fire. Heat check for this guy. We're going to see his stats at the end of the first. He's looking to get near double figures early on, as he has 7 already to this point. Tong finds Dolmage streaking underneath. Great cut, John Dolmage.
What a backdoor cut. Just loses his man on that one. And that's another thing you have to do, is pay attention to the guy guarding you. Because if he doesn't have his eye on you and is looking at the basketball, perfect opportunity to make a backdoor cut.
Ricky Morrison, head and shoulders athlete, out on the court right now. Whoa! There's the double figures. Another 3 from Toronto, basically, for Gregory Roberts. Scoring the red Nikes. He's got a heat check going on him right now. Jordan Martin into the lane, adjusts, and he is too strong. Kahn gets Foster, Euro step, right handed in. Woo! Zaman Kahn. My goodness, 12-point lead for the visitors, and the noise deafening, not from the home crowd, partner, but the visiting bench. Dolmage passed out the wide open layup. Foster, too strong. He's going to be kicking himself after giving up that layup. Stretch outlet the other way. Foster with the rebound. Martin looking for a streaking Otong into the lane. He sidesteps 2-man. Can't happen. We're going to get out of breath here, folks. Kahn, dump pass underneath. Reverse layup, shot miss. Morrison, rebound. And they're not stopping here.
No, they're not. Up tempo here.
And one, Ricky Morrison. To the dismay of Gregory Roberts, but Ricky Morrison will head to the line for a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. The 6'2" guard out of Salfley takes the smart take there with Roberts out of position.
And you know what happened there? Roberts was in position. If he stayed still, he would have got the call, but at the very last second, he decided to shuffle his feet a little bit, which now the Mountaineers are up for 2 free throws.
Ricky Morrison, 13 appearances this year, averaging 4.1 points per game, shoots 50% from the line. Trying to cut back into the lead. 10-point lead to be exact right now for the visitors.
Makes that free throw, 9-point lead.
Brian Jonker and his squad content to drop into that 2-3 zone we're accustomed to seeing from this Mountaineers squad. It's spliced and diced. Will they finish? Roberts No foul on the floor. Nicosia Adams screaming for a foul. Otong 3-on-1 the other way. Otong to pass Morrison. Nice reverse layup, Ricky. Wasn't the prettiest to finish it, but
to me it looked like he was about to pass it out to the corner, but you know what? He faked me out, he faked the defender out. Good play.
High 2-3 zone right now. Morrison giving up a lot of position inside. Roberts, adjustment. Dolmich altered that one. He's going to draw a foul, too. Little momentum for the Mountaineers. Team foul situation. That'll be the 4th right now. Foster's going to check out of the game. So it's actually 3 per side. I was corrected by the scores table. That is on top of things here in this game. 7-point lead for the visitors. Gregory Roberts, big reason why here right now. He's got 10 already in the first quarter. Martin with the travel, tried to go baseline on that one. They're trying to get a little too cute, partner.
A little bit too much, just a little bit.
Roberts is going to bring it up on the left wing. Borman is in the game. Kahn can't do that one. He's going to go the other way. We're not used to seeing a number 0 on the court. I didn't know Gilbert Arenas still played.
And you know what? The Mountaineers are doing an excellent job of trapping in the middle of the key. Once the Eagles get the ball to the elbow or even closer to the net, the Mountaineers are doing an excellent job of trapping down low on the block.
Nicholas Quanti called for the foul. The 6'2" Milton product in his second year, bumping Otong. Otong right by our scores table here. Guarding him is Manjang. Cudjoe across the pond. Martin tries to get inside step on Roberts. Trying to find Dolmich underneath. Turnover. Manjang. Borman. Misses everything. You didn't hear that? Nicosia Adams said, "What are you doing there on that transition?" Wasn't a pretty possession to say the least. Martin is going to get bailed out by the hold as he was driving baseline. Was trying to find Ricky Morrison on the wing. So this time, the dribble penetration causing issues. The Mountaineers going to the line, something we saw a lot in the first game. Jordan Martin will head to the line. Played 6 games so far this year, averaging 10 points, shooting 65% from the charity stripe, 44% from the field. Mountaineers down by as much as 10, trying to chip back into the Eagles' lead here in the late stages of the first. Substitution coming. Nicosia Adams and his squad. Philibert is back in. Checking out is Junkovic, the 6'9" forward out of Toronto. Double coming on Roberts. Can he escape? Finds a man. Kahn. Borman. Kahn is going to get fouled hard by Ricky Morrison, favoring that left quad.
Looks like he got a pretty nice Charlie horse on that last play there. Comes up limping a little bit, but you know what? I think he might be okay.
Just a little TLC on the court there.
Yeah.
He's going to walk it off. Still favoring it, though. It's just once he gets moving, I think the adrenaline's going to kick.
Once he gets his thigh warmed
in.
up again, he'll be good to go.
He's had a solid first quarter as well. It's Gregory Roberts that leads the way in scoring with 10 so far for the visitors. Find Borman, ball swung around. Penetration to the lane. Roberts ends up with it, right wing, and he gets it to go the long 2. Beautiful ball movement by the Eagles. Mountaineers, last possession. Last shot partially blocked by Kahn. Do they have another shot? One on the shot clock, thrown up. And that's too strong at the end of the first quarter by Manjang, the Banjul Gambia product. And after the end of 10, well, it's the visitors out big 8-point lead, 27-19 they lead. And what we've seen early on here, outside of a couple nice plays by the Mountaineers, is that they had that turbo boost go at the beginning of the first quarter. And then as the waning stages came in later on, it seems like they started to slow down. I'm not sure if they came too hot out of the gun to start this game.
Yeah. And you know what? There was a couple turnovers there at their end of the court that probably shouldn't have happened. Just be a little bit more patient on offense. But you know what? They're doing an excellent job on defense, being able to trap down low. And that is going to lead to them making this comeback right now in the second quarter.
The Eagles, 17 games played this year, sporting a 4-13 record, having lost their last 2. The Mountaineers, a 5-10 record, having lost their last 4. But for Nkosi Adams in his second year at the helm for the Eagles, well, they're getting it done on the road here so far. And he said offensively the keys to this game were making the easy baskets. I think they've done a pretty good job of that at this point. And defensively stop penetration. We've seen that in the late stages in the first quarter with a number of contested shots.
Yeah, right. And you know what? The Mountaineers have had a bunch of good shots, and this game could be a little bit closer, but a couple of the layups that they should have made just trickled out, didn't quite go in. And you know what the main thing is? The Mountaineers cannot stop Gregory Roberts right now. He is absolutely on fire, carrying the team on his back.
For the 14th year coach for the Mountaineers, Brian Jonker said before the game, first and foremost, stop their point guard. And that's Gregory Roberts, who we've mentioned a number of times, shot 40% from the field in the first quarter, 12 points, including a pair of bombs from Toronto, basically, at this point. He leads the way in scoring. The next closest guy is Kyle Christ, who has 5 points. And then on the other side, well, it's actually surprisingly Emmanuel Tong, no surprise there, 4 from the field for 9 points. Ricky Morrison has 5 points, so he's having a good first quarter. And normally, if you shoot 57% from the field, if you're the home side, you're winning this game, right?
You should be.
Wrong. The visitors are shooting 35%, and yet they still lead by 8 points, courtesy of those turnovers. 9 turnovers by the Mountaineers in that first quarter, compared to just 2 for the visitors. There's 1 right away by Kahn. And then right back the other way. So Brian Jonker talked about turning defense into offense. Not the way you do it there, partner.
No, it was up until that pass. Just getting a little bit too antsy, a little bit too excited on that.
Second quarter action, OCAA men's basketball action here on MLink Sports and Entertainment on your Tuesday evening. Steve Baxter alongside myself, Greg Campbell, bringing you through the action here at the D-Mart. Mahjong didn't know where he's stepping on that play. It was right in the pocket corner. He's going to adjust the shoelace. Little words to the sidelines, getting a little bit of harassment from some of his buddies watching in the crowd there. He's got guard Aaron Case here. Tong, pull-up jumper, too strong. Kahn, rebound.
Oh, Tong trying to get the offensive call there. Ref just kind of looks him off.
Borman, no look into the corner, shot too strong that way. Case, whoa, hard call, and Borman, right place, right time, right call.
Yeah, I mean, he should have been more patient there. You can't just be taking the ball and trying to drive into 3 players, because even if the call is wrong, you just got to be a little bit smarter about that.
The Eagles 11 points off 9 turnovers for the Mountaineers. Also had 4 3-pointers in that first quarter as well.
As Milos comes up with a nice block there.
Foster, Lajon, Case, Suka, across the pond. Foster gets tripped hard. Roberts wants to travel, he's not gonna get it. So Roberts is gonna get called for the foul. There's 12 points, 2 fouls to this point. We saw in the women's game, one of the star players for the Lady Eagles, well, she had to sit out a huge portion of the game. And Viado, because of having 4 fouls in the late stages of the first half, we'll see whether it's the same here for the male Eagles. Otong, pull-up jumper too strong. Borman the rebound. Kahn. Whoa, in between the legs. Shot missed though on the play by Roberts. That would have been pretty.
And a rare miss by Roberts so far. Good look, just couldn't get it to go down.
Cudjoe, low crossover, AI style here at the D-bar. Case tries to find Cudjoe inside on the slip. He gets it to go. Good slip, Cudjoe Masuka. Full court press. Brian Jocker trying to call for the trap. Case saves it off the hands, unfortunately, of an Eagle. And Milos, get that out of here! Milos Majan with the hustle play.
What a block by Milos.
Case, Majan adjusts, shot miss, Kahn rebound. Mountaineers getting a little too jumpy in transition. Roberts, oh my goodness, Milos almost again. Tong stands his ground. Borman wide open. Misses that one. Masuka's got it. Almost 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. A track meet at the D-bar. 48 points between the two sides. The Mountaineers trailed by 6. Borman, 3-on-1 the other way. Dump to Kahn, touch pass back to Borman, and he finds him.
And that is how you do a fast break, folks.
They call a delay a game on the floor against the Eagles. Jordan Martin's going to check back into the game, try and change the pace of this one. Ricky Morrison, 5 points in that first quarter, take it off Cudjoe Masuka. And Case off. Woo!
You're telling me, Greg, this is what we came out to see.
This
High
hasn't
tempo,
stopped.
good basketball.
We thought the women's game was fast-paced. Holy moly, were we in for a surprise. No way both games were going to be this quick-paced. Well, we were wrong.
We were totally wrong.
Turnover. Too strong from Roberts to Borman on that one. Try to skip the rock. One bounce.
Right idea, just a little bit too far.
Substitution coming for Nikosi Adams. Nicholas Quanti checks back into the game. Borman's out. Got this 1-1-3 basically set up in this zone. Foster, pocket corner, got it!
Didn't even think about that one. He knew he was going to shoot that as soon as he got the ball. Nothing but net.
Do they respond the other way? Kahn sets the screen for Roberts. Defers back to Kahn. Bounce pass inside. Milos almost with the block again. Nice soft finish on the play by Philibert. Martin, Milos, Otong. Martin gets a man moving. Foster gets Kahn moving. Splits 2 men, no foul. 2 on the shot clock. Oh, they got a reset. My goodness, Foster makes it. Gets it in the left pocket corner, gets it in the right pocket corner after the shot clock doesn't reset.
And
so they get away with one there, and guess what? Matt Foster says, hey, I'm gonna build a home here in the D-bar, back-to-back threes. Nikosi Adams has every single reason to be upset on that one.
Yeah, just a little bit of a mistake by the scorers table over here. The head coach very upset about that, and so we should be.
Maybe on the scores table, but it's also on Tony Turnbull, Tony Ellington, and Greg Spagnoli to get that one there. So Spagnoli whispering over to the scores table to make sure they're careful of the shot clock there. Pocket left corner, in and out. Trying to secure the rebound was Quanti, didn't happen. Foster the other way, off the glass on the reverse. Saw the man trailing, adjusted, and really secured that ball last second there.
And before you know it, it's only a 2-point ball game.
5 minutes basically to go in the first half. Brian Junker's squad came back. Oh, that is a deadly response. And one the other way.
Who else but Gregory Roberts?
Gregory Roberts, the game's leading scorer after one quarter with 12 points, now up to 14. Surprisingly, his first basket here in the second quarter. Foster leads the way for the Mountaineers right now with 10 points. Otong with 7. Gets a 3-point play to go. So quiets the crowd down just a little here at the D-bar. Eagles, 2 games in hand, trail by 1 game in the standings versus the Mountaineers. Morrison had 5 in the first quarter. Roberts with a pickoff. Roberts bodies Morrison, no foul. He's got to be careful. Kosi Adams and Roberts both screaming for the foul.
And
We've
now,
seen this a couple times
and
now.
he is getting a warning from the referee now. You cannot be yelling at the referee like that.
I predict a T coming very shortly.
You only get 1 warning. And there it is. Just like my man Greg said here, a technical foul.
So here's the issue. They're all surrounding him right now. This is where it gets bad. Gregory Roberts gets called for the charge, or for the foul. For the technical, my apologies.
And the head coach of the Eagles upset about this call. The referee saying that Roberts used his body to jump into the Mountaineer, which means he was the one that initiated the contact. That's why there was no call.
I'm not sure if you heard at the end there, Greg Spagnoli said, I'm good with that call all day long. He's very assertive. He's telling Kosi Adams exactly the reasoning why he saw the call the way he did. And that is one way where you can really assert yourself as an official in that situation and ensure that even if your call may be deemed wrong by Kosi Adams, well, he's going to be very careful about what he says because he doesn't want to get teed off. So Roberts back to back. So that is his 4th team foul. So he's going to have to sub out. Boardman's going to come in. So shades of the women's game going out right now. Janelle Viado had 4 in the first half for the Lady Eagles. And she sat out, and that really altered the course of that game. And now it's the game's lead scorer and, frankly, the best player as Dolmage cleans up the garbage on that one. And we'll see whether that has an effect the rest of the way. 1 more and he's gone, folks. And we've got 24 minutes of basketball action still to go. Christ trying to call for a screen. He gets it. Find Borman, left corner. Pull-up jumper, right hand. Too strong. Rebound Foster. Morrison. Martin. Foster gets him moving. Shake, bake. Otong rebound. Off glass and in. And we are back down to a 1-point lead.
That is how you run an offense. Amazing ball move. The ball touched every single player on the Mountaineers that possession.
Honestly, beside me, I'm pretty sure Kosi Adams at one point is going to get a technical because he has not stopped talking after every possession. Possession, mind you. Quanti with the left corner 3. Back up to 4. Tong bottled up. Harden behind the back between the legs. Otong's got it. Man, Otong slips inside. Too strong with the right hand.
And
Con.
he's upset with himself on that. He knows he should have made that one.
They call a block on Ricky Morrison. Jordan Martin's got to be careful too. So they're actually calling on Jordan Martin. Timeout on the floor. Case is in. Masuka's in. Timeout. Kosi Adams. 4-point lead for the Eagles, and boy, partner, has this game been a breakneck pace. 70 points between the two sides. Neither team laying their foot off the pedal, but as I just said seconds ago, I think the biggest story at this point is that Gregory Roberts, who leads the game in scoring with 15 points at this point, is now being forced to sit out with 4 fouls to his name already.
And we see the immediate effect. As soon as he came out of the game, the Eagles were up by 8. He sits down, and now it's a 4-point game. They only gained 4 points, but you can see in the tempo, the defense, everything that the Eagles have done, you can see what happens when Gregory is off the court.
For the Eagles, they currently come into this game trailing the Mountaineers by 1, despite having 2 games up in the standings in their favor. They sit 4-13. The Mountaineers 5-10. And well, who's going to pick up the scoring with Gregory Roberts out? who averages nearly 28 points per game, while it's Zaman Khan, who has 18 points per game. Quanti averages 9 a game, and Kyle Christ averages nearly 7 points a game, and Borman nearly 6.5. So we're going to have to pick it up. Their star player out of the lineup here in the late stages of the first half. We'll see what Nicosi Adams is drawn up out of the timeout here. Creating the contact, finishing on that one once again is Quanti. Case, Suka, Otong, fade away over Quanti, too strong. Borman back to Otong, trying to throw it off of Emmanuel Otong, active hands. Here comes the full court press. Looking for that trap double. Beautifully broken. Borman bounce pass inside. A nice little fall through Philibert. Again, you're seeing them break that press every time.
Yeah.
Martin. There we go, there's a travel. You knew that one was coming. Jordan Martin with the NBA 3-step there. Not gonna slide.
Nope, his name is not James Harden. That is not gonna fly.
I want to give you a little story about officiating after when we get the next chance, in particular with that 3-step rule. Borman high points his second chance opportunity. Masuka and Otong get moving. Quanti defers to the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Otong with the strip. Manny Otong. Case. Otong. Ooh, yeah. I don't know about that one.
No, he
I don't know.
he just a little tap.
No, I mean Valentine's Day is coming up, Steve Baxter. Oh, friendly pap.
Well, you know what? There has been a lot more contact on certain plays that haven't been called. So I am surprised that they did call that one.
Nonetheless, Emmanuel Otong heads to the line for 2. Team's leading scorer coming into today's contest, averaging nearly 25 points per game, shoots 43% from the field, 66% from the charity stripe, almost averages a double-double with 9.2 boards a game as well, and nearly 2 steals. It's Otong, and it's Roberts who are the star matchup in this one. One is sitting on the bench right now with his team clinging to a 4-point lead. Khan. Across the pond. Quanti gonna get fouled from behind from Masuka and Case, and Quanti getting into it. Woo.
And
got a bit of a head case.
This
here.
is the intensity that we want to see. I have a feeling near the end of this game, it's probably going to get a little bit scrappy.
Khan. Look, you can throw this off Case's back right now. I'm not sure why he did it. We're gonna look for that trap in the corner. Borman. Quanti's wide open in the pocket left side. They travel. Had a couple looks on that. Quanti wide open in the corner, and quite frankly, if I'm the inbounder on that, I'm throwing it off Eric Case's back in that situation. You see it all the time. Guy's not turned around. He throws that off him just slightly, just a little tap, like on that foul. I think that's a clean possession. A minute 20 left here in the first half. The D-Bark entertaining affair. That shot was slightly altered by Quanti on the follow-through by Otong. Behind the 50-meter dash is Christ on that one. Quanti. Khan matched up with Foster. Big screen. Khan. Too strong. Otong. Foster. Across the pond. Cudjoe. Masuka. Right wing 3. In and out. Neither team willing to set up their offense. We got like a Houston Rockets 7-second thing going on between both sides right now. That one going off with 15 in the shot clock. Smart play, Otong got penetration, finds Dolmage in the right pocket corner 3. That's what we like to see on Emmanuel Otong. Draws in double, triple defenders, finds the open man.
And I think the Eagles realize that. As soon as Otong gets the ball, they like to collapse on him, which makes other people on his team open. That's why Dolmage got the wide open 3-point shot.
Chris, bounce pass to Khan, slipping, and high up glass shot miss, Mountaineers last possession. Philibert with the miss on that one.
They can actually take the lead with this.
Brian Jonker What do you got drawn up? Case. Pocket right corner, Cudjoe in and out. Foster trying to find it, and that is the end to one heck of a first half here at the D-Bark. UTM, the Eagles, well, they lead by 1 over your Mohawk Mountaineers. And I mean, back and forth we've gone in partner. I mean, this thing has not stopped. These guys must be extremely well conditioned in the offseason with the pace they're running today.
Yes, they are. And you know what? As you can see in the replay, the transition offense by both teams, very good. And the defense is very good as well. You've seen a few blocks go on both ways, and it's a one-point game now. It seems like on both teams things are working out.
Well, the Stars have come out here to play on Emling Sports and Entertainment. The big story heading into the second half, how long will Gregory Roberts sit on the bench for the Eagles? We're about to find out. They sport a 1-point lead, 41-40. They lead here on your Tuesday evening. For Steve Baxter, myself, Greg Campbell. Second half action coming up at the D-Bark shortly. Welcome back inside the friendly confines of the D-Bark on your Tuesday evening. Emling, it's sports and entertainment being brought to you into the OCA men's basketball action. Steve Baxter alongside Greg Campbell. And well, we have a second half for you folks. A 1-point affair leading right now are the Eagles over the Mountaineers. Cudjoe right out of the break, shot missed, rebound, and a foul by Milos Mlađan. So inside positioning right away we're seen by John Philibert, and they get the call.
Yes, they do.
So key scores, key storyline, Gregory Roberts sitting with 15 points. Well, that's because he has 4 fouls at this point, 5 of 16 from the field, including 2 shots from basically Toronto there in the first quarter. And then also John Philibert has 7 points. And Nicholas Quanti has 8 as they get the first basket here in the third. On the other side, 2 Mountaineers in double figures. Emmanuel Otongo 6 of 11 in the first half for 15 points. And joining him in the double figure category, Matt Foster 4 of 7, including a pair of bombs on his end and 4 rebounds. And 1, Emmanuel Otong says. So right away they have a response for the Eagles' opening basket. That's just a score being a baller on the court.
Oh, and not only was that a good look, that was nice patience by Otong, using the pump fake to get the defender to jump, go up, and then get the and one.
Emmanuel Otong, the team's leading scorer, averaging nearly 25 points per game, makes that good to go. So early stages here in the third. Brian Jonker told me at the half, they want pressure and pressure some more and pressure. They do, and they almost come up with it. Borman's got it. Slipping Con, touch pass inside. Milos alters that one. Mlađan gets a hand. Foster. Cudjoe. Case calling for it. Nice skip pass across the pond. Aaron Case. Too strong on that. Rebounding foul once again by the Mountaineers. So a minute 18 and we already have 3 fouls between the two sides, partner.
And that is not what you want. The last thing you want is to be the other team to be in bonus with 7 minutes left in the quarter. That is definitely not something you want.
So Nicosia Adams calling for 4 across in their set right now. You can see Milos sitting in the backcourt right by the half line, making sure there's no home run ball. It's going to be tipped around, and it's going to be Mountaineers.
And that is how you execute a full court press.
Use the sideline to perfection on that one. Eagles had nowhere to go. Tom's got it. They're trying to take the lead here in the third. Mountaineers trailed by 1 coming into the third quarter. After the first quarter, they trailed by 8, and there's the lead change.
Otong with the nice putback.
Borman creates contact against Milos. He's going to draw the foul. He'll head to the line. That's what you got to do against a big body like Milos Mlađan, is force the foul situation body into him.
Oh, yeah. You got to be aggressive. Can't be scared about getting blocked. You just got to go up strong.
Here's the other thing that happens when you create that contact deep in the paint as the Georgetown, Ontario native heads to the line for 2, is that, well, maybe the ball don't lie on that one, but besides that, is that if you bring that taller defender and create that contact, that drives them under the net. So if there is a second chance opportunity, well, you've already eliminated the biggest guy on the court at that point.
Right.
So 1-point lead for the Mountaineers. Brian Jonker and his squad trying to continue to improve their home record here at the D-Bog. Otong backdoor!
Otong with the massive dunk, and that got the crowd going.
Quanti is going to get called. So he looks like he's sliding on that. Emmanuel Otong baseline cut, and Emmanuel Otong says, so long to the Eagles defense. Well, we've seen our fair share of highlights, partner.
Yes,
we saw a couple in the first quarter, the last game here on Saturday night. Even though the Mountaineers got completely blown out of the water, the highlights unreal from this team. We're gonna get Case on the over and back on that one. Con was making sure Tony Turnbull wasn't going to call him for a little love tap on that one.
Yep.
So the officials taking you through: Tony Turnbull, Tony Ellington, and Greg Spagnoli with the call. Steve Baxter, myself, Greg Campbell bringing you through the action on the mics here. As Borman hits the pocket left corner 3. They say that's the easiest shot to make in basketball, and you can see why by the high percentage there.
Well, you know what? It is the closest three-point shot, foot-wise. I don't know about these guys, but I have trouble shooting the corner 3.
Case gets Borman moving. Christ, Foster over him, in and out. Case rebound. Foster got him moving. Otong, left corner. Strong, Milos with the tip. Again, Otong almost cleaned up the garbage, and Case almost in there as well. So good offensive rebounding opportunities for the Mountaineers. Come up short, but they're high flying here and crashing the boards.
Yes, they are. A couple possessions, having trouble boxing out, and just too many fouls on the other end. It's not the way that they wanted to start off the second half.
Christ, Khan tries to get inside Otong, and he gets it to go. He's the one guy I think they're going to have to look to get the primary scoring out of with Gregory Roberts on the bench.
If Roberts is out, yes. Khan
with the pressure right now. Foster wide open, pocket right corner, had Khan moving. Ball swung around the world. Control dumps it inside of Milos. Goes for the reverse saw. Otong finds Foster instead! Matt Foster continues to build his home here in the D-mark. Another deep 3 in the pocket corner. Here comes the double. Split beautifully off the pass by Khan. Kirst finds Quanti, finds Khan, long range 3, too strong. Here comes the pace. And they win the race! Emmanuel Otong! Alley-oop!
What a dunk by Otong!
And people are out on their feet here at the D-mark. Oh my goodness! He scaled the heavens and he saw the skies open. Emmanuel Otong.
Oh man, that got me out of my seat. My headset almost flew off my head.
Whew.
And you know what? That was a massive dunk. We had the exact same thing in the last Mohawk game where we saw 2 massive dunks by Otong and then by Milos right after. So they are continuing the dunking from the last game.
And you can see it in his eyes that every time suddenly Emmanuel Otong goes up the court on a fast break opportunity, his eyes are looking for that alley-oop every single time. He did some smart takes in the first quarter. He just went for a nice, easy shot. But he said, you know what, forget about it. Here's my opportunity in the third quarter. And while that cues a timeout on the floor, we see from Nkosi Adams, who's a little irate with his team right now as they led by 1 heading into the third, and now a 4-point swing with 4 minutes gone here in the third quarter. They have 2 games in hand on the Mountaineers in terms of games played, but the Mountaineers lead by 1 in the standings.
And you saw on that alley-oop, Otong's eyes opened wide before that pass was made. It's like he knew he was about to get alley-oop.
Khan, Philibert, spins out the double. Pocket corner, Quanti. Khan, bounce pass, try to find Borman off the foot of Case. Good job by Aaron Case preventing that little bounce pass in between him and Otong. Khan is just a crafty, he is very knowledgeable as a basketball player right now. I mean, he's not filling up the stat sheet in terms of scoring as a prolific scorer by Roberts, but you see there's this eerie calmness to him every time he touches the ball, and it's like the game's in slow motion when he has the ball.
Yeah, you can just tell every time he has the basketball, he's thinking about the right play. He knows what to do with the basketball.
Quanti, too strong, Otong finds that. Here comes Otong again. He's got that tongue out like Jordan right now. Wide open. Case is going to get bumped on the play. The interesting thing right now for the Mountaineers, they've got Jordan Martin and Aaron Case out on the floor, 2 smaller guards that can create a lot of dribble penetration, and they're spread out on opposite sides of the floor, and you're seeing this Eagles defense moving all over the place. Khan secures the rebound. Him and Philibert, 2 on 3 the other way. Otong, that is the right call on the back end.
Otong didn't think he got the foul, but
they call that a push, even though it's a reach. Good job by Khan on that play, finding the right idea. Good awareness checking behind him too in that situation. Borman, same spot as last time. Same result. Dolmage almost gets stripped. And Kahn comes up with it. 4-on-1 the other way. Finds Grist. Grist is going to get doubled. He's going to slip it inside. Philibert off the glass, too strong for Dolmage. I think he's just got inside positioning on that one.
Yeah, and that was all Kahn on that play. One-man defense.
Martin, Otong gets Philibert moving. Adjusts off air. Too strong on that. Gets his own garbage and puts it back in. A little smack for Kahn at the end of that one. Mountaineers, 3-point lead. Trailed by 8 after 1, trailed by 1 at the half. They lead by 3 right now here in the third quarter. OCA men's basketball action here on M-Link Sports and Entertainment. Steve Baxter alongside myself, Greg Campbell, bringing you through the second game of a doubleheader between UT Mississauga Eagles and the Mohawk Mountaineers on your Tuesday evening, mind you less. Martin, straight dead away, shot missed, and it's going to be Masuka called on the push out on that one. Right call?
Yeah, you know what? It did look like he kind of went over his back to get that rebound, but you know what? It's just the aggressiveness. He just wants that rebound, trying to do the best for his team. Just unfortunately got a little bit too much on his back, just trying to play piggyback.
Andreas Jankovic is going to check into the game. First year forward, 6'9", out Toronto, Ontario. Philibert checks out. Kahn. They're looking for that double. Nice reach around pass there to Quanti. Quanti side sets Dolmage and in. Nice finish with the right hand. Nicholas Quanti. Dolmage on the other end. Oh, Tom was thinking about coming in for a dunk there. Didn't get the ball though. Kahn, ever so slowly moving up the course, creates contact and moves it in. 4-point swing, U of T, and back in the lead. Otong, Case, Martin gets Christ moving, kicks it back out. Otong, so long, deep three, Emmanuel Otong.
And he gets that one to go. You saw the 2 3-point shots he took before that, he missed, and then he pump faked the next time he got the ball to take it into the lane. He ended up scoring on the layup, got the ball out at the 3, and again, he feels comfortable taking that shot.
I think this is something now, as we have the bonus situation where it's ugly headed in favor of the Eagles. And we saw this kind of in the first game for the Lady Mountaineers, how Kevin Duffy talked about defenses chasing versus rotating.
Right.
And we're seeing that Emmanuel Otong is, you know, because he's making it on both ends, mind you, but also he's getting this defense thinking a lot about what he's going to end up doing with the ball. He's not being predictable, and well, they're chasing, and they chase the Mountaineers on the scoreboard right now, only trailing by 1. Otong, back-to-back threes!
Oh my goodness, Otong.
With the range on the left wing.
Didn't even think about it, just shot it. You can tell he's in the rhythm now.
Hit that B button on the PlayStation or the Xbox. That circle button, whatever you want to call it. Borman the other side, too strong. Kahn, you can see with his hands up there, didn't like this shot selection of his teammate. Martin, Case, 3 in a row. Not today. Shikovic with the rebound. Chris, strong football pass to Quanti. Jankovic creates contact left, skyhook, shot missed. Martin, no one around him. That's in and out of the toilet bowl off. Kahn last, a rare mistake. We see out the veteran in Zaman Kahn, the second year out of Ottawa, Ontario. So track meet, 4-point lead, back and forth we go.
I don't even remember the last time we actually saw a play setup.
Well, there's one off the inbound there. Milos Mlajan with the pretty finish. You stand corrected, partner. Borman, oh, Milos altered that slightly. Chris with the follow-up. Good job crashing the board by the Eagles. Kosi Adams and his squad trying to find a W here on the road. Ricky Morrison had 5 points in that first quarter, finds Milos Mlađan, dump to Foster. Matt Foster comes off the pick, catch, and shoot, and that's a sharpshooter if I've ever seen one.
This building is alive now. What a sequence of events and an offensive call on Kahn. What a defensive play by the Mountaineers.
Jordan Martin trying to get that ball away from Kahn there. Saying, hey, I want to keep going. I want this momentum to keep going. Kahn, the veteran, savvy move, kind of toys the ball around with the ball before giving it to Tony Turnbull. Actually, that's Tony Ellington, my apologies. Foster. He's got 19, Otong's got 27. Ricky tried to go strong off glass. Second chance, Foster! Shot missed, Kahn the other way. Nice little pass, Jankovic fumbled the ball off his foot. And you can see it in the expression right now of Kahn. You ever read that book, A Series of Unfortunate Events, growing up?
I haven't, but I've seen the movie.
Well, there's a sequence right there, partner.
Oh, he is just disappointed with himself. Walking back on defense with his hands on his head, and now he is getting subbed out.
Jankovic is out. Akeem Briscoe, the 6'4" guard out of Mississauga, Ontario, and he's in his first year of eligibility.
Foul being called on Kahn, trying to plead his case to the referee, saying that he is the one that got pushed.
So UTM trails by 7. Just over a minute left here, and the bonus for the Mountaineers as Matt Foster heads to the line in the late stages here in the third quarter, trying to crack the 20-point barrier. I think I jinxed that one. Him and Emmanuel Otong have combined right now for 46 of the 65 points for Brian Jonker's squad. Mohawk 5 and 10 looking to improve, and 6 and 10 UTM looking to avoid dropping to 4 and 14 on the campaign. Briscoe with a wide open miss.
And those are the times where you have to go
Foster!
to the backboard.
Too strong. Sorry to cut you off there,
Yeah,
partner.
no, that's okay. That
Guy's
would have been for a
dynamite
good
when he
shot.
touches the ball normally. Martin, side step, fake it in! Jordan Martin getting the crowd on its feet. Borman 3-on-1 the other way. He finds Quantation, get that out of here! Milos Mlađan again! Chance of Milos going on here in the D-bar. Morrison, pocket left corner.
Ooh, that is just a little bit short.
That's a bit of a dud there. So last possession though, because of that offensive rebound. Martin trying to play Borman on a string right now. Creates contact, looks like a travel. Oh, oh my goodness! I cannot believe what I just saw there. Jordan Martin with the Cirque du Soleil shot and the finish, and he heads to the line for 1. He didn't even look at the basket. Look at this replay, partner. He didn't even look at the basket when he threw that one up.
What a shot.
Oh my goodness. Woo! What a third quarter
And
here
you
at
thought
the
that
D-bar.
dunk by Otong was crazy. That shot was just insane.
We'll see what Kahn does here. Does he get hoisted? He's not even gonna bother. Interesting. You gotta be careful right now. Nkosi Adams talking to Tony Turnbull on the sideline here. I want to see if he's gonna get teed up at any point. You see these highlights here in the third quarter. And what a show we're getting from the Mountaineers. So Tong with the tip in on that one. And again, it's just the boarding we saw in the first game also show up here in the second game. Otong with the high point dunk there, something he's been waiting for all night. Good, because of the dribble penetration of Jordan Martin on that one and Aaron Case. And then the other side, well, it's the Mountaineers that have just been going back and forth, and they have not taken their foot off the gas pedal either.
No. And if you're watching these replays, you can tell.
Yeah, he's in disbelief. You've seen this for the first time. Jordan Martin didn't even look at the rim when he threw that ball up.
Oh man, and if you were watching the replays, you can see that most of the Mountaineers' baskets have been inside the paint. They've been able to penetrate just like they want to. And you know what? The Eagles don't seem to have an answer for that.
Just like the Lady Eagles, the wings starting to become unclipped here for the visitors as they are trailing an 11-point deficit heading to the fourth quarter. Well, and I think I teased this at the halftime mark. Gregory Roberts has sat out the entire third quarter due to having 4 fouls. I expect him to start the fourth quarter here. Had 15 points at the half, and while he hasn't seen a minute of action since because of those 4 fouls, Nicholas Quanti, 4 of 11 from the field for 10 points. The old-fashioned double-double coming in here. Zaman Khan with 10 points and 10 boards. And then you look at John Philibert has 9 as well and 8 boards. On the other side, whoo, talk about a heat check. Emmanuel Otong, 32 points, 9 points, 3 assists, 3 of 6 from the land beyond, 13 of 23 from the field. Matt Foster not too shabby himself. 4 tray balls, 16 points, and 6 boards to his name. And then a quiet 7 from John Dolmage. The Mountaineers shooting nearly 48% through 3 quarters. The visitors 34%. Not really a lot of differences right now if we look across the scoreboard in terms of the stat sheet. One key thing though, the Mountaineers bench outscoring that of the Eagles bench 17-6. We get the fourth
the
quarter
Eagles catch
started.
the Mountaineers off guard.
Briscoe starts things off here in the fourth quarter. Here's Roberts, he's out. He's gotta be careful, he's playing with house money, 4 fouls in the contest. Milos against 4 Eagles, and he soars. Milos Mlajan says, well, bring as many guys as you want to the party. I'm still putting it in the bucket.
Yeah.
Christ, left wing 3, too strong. Suka. Case into lane, finds Milos underneath. Up and in. Penetration by Case. Oh, Case is injured on the side right now. I don't know if he rolled an ankle or he twisted something.
And he looks to be in a lot of pain right now.
Case favoring that one ankle right now. You can see he has the left knee sleeve going on.
Seems to be in pain, but you know what? He's smiling at the same time going back to the bench. I think he'll be okay. He just needs a little rest.
Jordan Martin's gonna check in. He's got 5 points to this point, 2 assists from the field, 6 assists as well. Talk about ball movement, partner. Well, the Mountaineers have 20 assists compared to just 12 for the visitors, and they've cleaned up the turnovers. They had 13 turnovers coming into the second half, just 2 in the third quarter, and hence an 11-point lead for Brian Jonker and his squad. Morrison drives baseline. Briscoe created contact, no foul. Roberts, he's going to create contact, testing the officials right away. He gets the strong take to go.
Taking just where he left off in that second quarter, gets his team started with 2 points.
Gets his presence known right away. Martin trying to be fancy with it. Maybe not against that man. Milos tried to get another basket. He's already got 4. Christ, sidestep Morrison. Nice adjustment, beautiful, beautiful take. Paints the picture and finishes it, Kyle Christ. Scoop adjustment back to that right hand. You can't draw that up any better. Cudjoe squares up, Quanti in over him. Ooh, here we go. Here comes the words.
And people going into it, they have to be broken up.
So double technical, Quanti and Cudjoe Masuka. So Cudjoe Masuka hits the jumper, only had 2 points, 6 rebounds coming into the fourth. Hits that jumper over Quanti. gives him a lip full. Quanti gets teed up in retaliation. And once again, it's Greg Spagnoli coming over to Nkosi Adams and explaining the situation. And quite frankly, cooler heads are going to have to prevail, especially if you're Quanti in this situation, as Nicholas Quanti and the squad can't afford anything else. They're only down by 9 with just under 8 to go. But it's one of those simple ones where it's probably best off sometimes, partner, to let your game do the talking.
Yes.
And because he is standing his ground in that situation, I mean, the retaliator got caught, even though they did catch the offender right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean,
think about this. You get a technical called against Kajo Masuka there. You get the technical shot, and you get the ball back.
Right.
Instead, you nullify a potential easy point.
Yep.
And now you had to bring it up. You still have the ball, but there's a little 1-point swing there. We don't know how that's going to play out later on. Con picks up the dribble, finds Roberts, 2 on the shot clock, dumps it underneath. Quanti! Right down to the very last second. And a 7-point lead.
You see the tempo of this Eagles team change as soon as Roberts steps on the court. What a play by Roberts.
Morrison with a reverse layup. Ricky Morrison had 5 in the first quarter, gets a key basket here, much to the applause of the Mountaineer faithful. Quanti, Cudjoe, this is going to get interesting. Gets bodied. Quanti into the lane, he's going to get a foul. Again, ooh. So he just sidesteps him right at the end there. So Manuel Otong's going to get called for the foul. It's going to get interesting, partner. I'm calling it right now. There's going to be another tech coming at the wrong time for someone. There's too much testosterone on the court right now.
There's a lot going on right now.
Nicholas Quanti comes in shooting 70%, 80% from the charity stripe, averages 9 points a game, shoots 37% from the field, averages almost 3 rebounds a game. Only one close to a double on the year is Sanam Kwan, who has 9.9 boards and is the team's second leading scorer at 17.9 a game. 9-point lead, 3 minutes gone here in the third. You're watching OCA men's basketball action here on M-Link Sports and Entertainment. Steve Baxter alongside myself, Greg Campbell, bringing you through this high-scoring, highly entertaining affair here at the D-Bark on your Tuesday evening. Woo! Aaron Case finds Dolmage. Foster, nice little crossover there. Dolmage. Morrison trying to find the garbage, doesn't happen. Off the Mountaineers last.
And as much as you want that putback right away, I feel like maybe he should have been a bit more patient, brought the ball down, and then went up with it.
Took your time, assessed the situation, gather your feet. Tried to be acrobatic with that one, didn't work out. Christ gets Morrison moving, trying to find Khan backdoor. Rain to the hands of Dolmage. Otong checks behind him, no one near him. Foster gets Chris moving, creates contact. Briscoe's gonna get called and Matt Foster's gonna head to the line. Foster, 19 points, Emmanuel Otong, 27. Right now making up 46 of the Mountaineers' 77 points. And outside of that, we have 4 Eagles players on the court right now with double figures. Roberts leads the way with 19, Quanti with 13.
Eagles now. Roberts bring the ball up. Let's see what he can do with it.
Christ. Roberts over Foster, short. Morrison rebound. Otong. Ricky. That's Foster matched up with Khan. Case behind the back pass. Matched up with Roberts. 8 on the shot clock. High screen coming from Dolmage. Morrison baseline. Ricky Shifty little Ricky.
Nice and easy.
Mr. Head and Shoulders showing up here in the fourth quarter. And one the other way. Veteran move by Khan.
Strong move by Khan there. Way to use his body.
The Eagles' two leading scorers back out on the court for the first time together since the early stages of that second quarter. Gregory Roberts and Zaman Khan normally account for nearly 45 points per game for the visitors. Khan heads to the line, trying to cut back into that deficit. Double figure lead right now for the Mountaineers. So it'll be Mountaineers possession.
Can't get that free throw to go, so yes, it'll be Mountaineers basketball on their end of the court.
The only player coming into the fourth quarter with a double-double. 10 points, 10 boards. Case, Ricky, playing key minutes here in the fourth quarter. Otong over Quanti's too strong. Dump pass from Milos!
And another dunk by Otong. He has made his presence known.
The highway cleared on that one. Roberts the other way, deadly.
And he answers back with a massive three. They needed this one.
Colder than the weather outside. Gregory Roberts, cold-blooded three, stops the bleeding. Case splits two defenders in Philibor and Christ. And if you didn't see that on the sideline there, is that the officials simply just decided to ignore Nkosi Adams.
He's trying to ask what the call was. How did he foul him if his hands are up?
Tony Ellington just smiled and walked away from that confrontation. I think that's a good job by the officials too, just kind of letting Adams say what he needs to say while not affecting the outcome of this game by assessing a technical.
Right.
Because he is doing it in a polite manner. It's been repetitive, but at this point it's not under their skin enough to this point.
Right.
11-point lead, Mountaineers. Can they finish the climb to the mountain and win this game? Off the foot of Otong again, trying to find the inside was Khan. Roberts and Martin, a pair of threes getting at it. Cudjoe with the strip on the inbound. Great play, Cudjoe Masuka. Martin bounce pass inside. Milos fade away off the right foot, too strong. Roberts got to push the pace. To the lane. Again, Emmanuel Otong, fourth foul.
And he knows.
Second one from behind as well.
And he knows he shouldn't have done that. He's got that look, and he knows he has his fourth foul. Now he's going to have to be a little bit more careful going forward.
Mountaineers 14 fouls as well. Ryan Junker calling them over for a quick break. Ricky Morrison's going to come back in. We haven't seen this a lot this year. Ricky Morrison playing key role minutes down the stretch of tight games.
Right, and you know what? That's good for him. That just means that he's starting to get the trust of his coaches to get put in key situations of ball games.
They're looking for that double against Roberts. Khan trying to find Philibor underneath, still manages to find him. He's going to head to the line. Threw it up between three Mountaineers, somehow got the contact. That's going to be the aforementioned Ricky Morrison with the foul. So Philibor will head to the line for two. Starting 8 of the 15 games he's played in this year. Shoots 60% from the charity stripe. Averages 5 points per game. 41% shooter from the field. Averages 3.3 boards a game as well. That's not going to help matters. Roberts still manages to find it. Khan gets Case moving sideways. Roberts pocket right corner. Bring it back all the way to the 6, Gregory Roberts. Reiki out of bounds on the R side. You talk about momentum swings, folks. Gregory Roberts, when he steps on the court, is a sharpshooter machine.
And just like I said, as soon as Gregory starts getting in the zone, that is a huge game changer for not only the Eagles' offense, but their defense as well. And you can just see the frustration on the Mountaineers' face right now.
Counts for nearly 33% of the team's points in this game, 25 of the team's 77 to this point. And remember, folks, he sat out that entire third quarter due to foul trouble, and he had 15 in the first half. Well, he's already got 10 here in the fourth alone. You talk about playmakers and natural-born killers down the stretch. This guy came off the bench at the right time for the Kosi Adams in his squad. So we'll see if they have drawn up out of the timeout here. They can get a 6-point swing if they convert on a 3 on that turnover from Aaron Case to Ricky Morrison. Where else would you want to be on your Tuesday evening but here at the D-Bark? You're watching MLink Sports and Entertainment. We're bringing you through OCA men's basketball action here at the D-Bark. Steve Baxter alongside Greg Campbell. The Mountaineers trying to finish the climb here on your Tuesday evening. 5-10 on the season. Can they improve to 6-10? And UTM, well, they want to avoid dropping to 4-14. The Mountaineers came into this contest losers of their last 4. The Eagles losers of the last 2 games they've played in. Remember, the Lady Mountaineers with a 20-point victory in the opening contest this evening. Miscommunication on that one, a rare turnover from Mr. Roberts. So we'll go back to the full court press they go. Checking back in for the first time in a long time, Hassan Manjan. Cudjoe thought about it. Sidestep Philibor. Thought about going around the pond. Morrison dumped into Milos off glass. Created the contact, adjusted. Beautiful finish by the big man.
Yeah, way to use that big body. Way to finish the basketball.
Roberts still sitting on 4 fouls. Just over 3 left here in the fourth. 10-point lead the Mountaineers cling to. Roberts, pocket right corner. Took the air right out on that shot. Unaccustomary shot from him. Can the Mountaineers put this game away? Kwanti Masuka, mismatch on the inside. This is where the chirping happened too. Martin trying to find him, drives baseline. Finds Ricky Morrison. He's lucky to get away with a travel on that one.
It did look like a travel on that play, but yes, he is going to get a foul call and go to the line.
You can see the frustration from the Eagles players on that one. Tong and Foster going to check back in. Case is out. Well, never mind. Tong might be coming in right after this. For the 6'2" guard out of Hamilton, Ontario, playing key minutes down the stretch. Extends the lead to 11. So the run's got to happen now if you're Nkosi Adams. That didn't look good off the release. Con, little yo-yo with the basketball right now. Hand off to Roberts. Roberts into lane. Scoop a just beautiful shot, Gregory Roberts.
Gregory Roberts.
A magician here in the D-Bark, even though his team trails by 9. Martin. Milos inside, paints the glass and paints a picture and maybe painting a win for the Mountaineers.
And you know what? That was perfect patience on the offense by the Mountaineers.
Just over 2 minutes to go. Pocket left corner, Kwanti. Cudjoe rebound. I think this one, if they score here, partner, it may be over. Foster gets Philibor moving, pocket right corner. Back out to Cudjoe, right wing 3!
And he
hits the nail in the coffin. They'll swagger and step, a little verbal action to the Eagles bench as well. And one, not so fast, says Gregory Roberts.
What a finish by Roberts.
12-point lead. Gregory Roberts. 14 points in the fourth alone. Currently sits on 29 in this contest. The Mountaineers. It ain't over.
Nope. A minute and 40 seconds left. It's a 12-point game. And an offensive rebound.
Altered by Milos on that play, though. There's going to be a point where they're going to have to get the foul situation going. You hate it, but I think that's what they have at this point. They can run 1 or 2 more possessions off. Wow, key steal by Gregory Roberts. Roberts, coast to coast the other way. Sizes up, shot missed, Quanti in the miss. Philipor blocked! Jordan Martin of all people with the block. Roberts, pocket left corner 3, too strong. Otong rebound. What a play, Jordan Martin. Smallest guy on the court by far, comes up with perhaps the biggest block in this game. Foster. Milos has it though.
Another offensive rebound. And you know what? It's a 12-point game with 50 seconds left, and it just seems like the Eagles are just deflated right now, just allowing offensive rebounds.
They're not even fouling. Otong, too strong. Roberts looking for Khan. Khan sized up with Milos. Get that out of here, he says. Milos Mlajan with the block. Cudjoe checks his feet. Too strong, Foster rebound. Otong, they're going to dribble this one out, folks. What a performance by the Mohawk Mountaineers. They're going to have to put up one more shot. Turnover. 3-on-1 the other way. Khan. Oh, Emmanuel Otong says so long. Almost got it again. And Foster is going to get the last inbound of this game. Milos Mlajan picks up the dribble. Jordan Martin's going to get across half. Playing around right now with the Eagles. And that is the end here at the D-Bark. Worst exchange right till the very end, partner. But the Mountaineers, oh, wait. We got a case going on right now. Aaron Case going at it verbally with Hassan Mahjong. Quanti's in on it. Well, we got a little words going on, and right now we've got Greg Spagnoli right in the middle of it.
And Mahjong is being held back by his teammates.
As is Quanti, who was teed up earlier in this contest, both of them.
And I don't know if it's a good idea for them to shake hands at the end of this game.
Well, Case is going to try and get it going. So it doesn't look like we got, oh my goodness, even Gregory Roberts is in on this one right now.
And you know what? I think it would be a good idea for them not to shake hands at the end of this game.
Well, we're going to see whether cooler heads prevail right now. So a little heated to say at the end of this one. Jordan Martin not even looking to shake the hands of 3/4 right now of the UTM players. He's going to get through that line. Wow, intensity from the start right to the finish, folks.
Intensity even after the game kept going.
Just a complete performance. We got highlights here at the D-Bark, and well, start to finish, it was the Mountaineers who trailed by 8 after the first quarter. They trailed by 1 heading into the second half. And while Emmanuel Otong, Matt Foster went off in this game as Otong finishes tied with Roberts atop with 29 points in the game, and Matt Foster goes off for 21 himself. Ricky Morrison with the basket there, playing key minutes down the stretch. And Otong says, so long and good night to the Eagles. Get back to Toronto, he says. And with the win, well, the Mountaineers now have an improved record of 6-10, and UTM, well, they dropped to 4-14 with the loss. And partner, I mean, just the 2 games we saw this evening, complete incredible performances, both by Brian Chonker's squad and Kevin Duffy's squad. I mean, this is as good as a night as we've seen in Mohawk Mountaineers basketball this season.
Yes, and again, at the beginning of this game, Gregory Roberts was just going off, doing whatever he wanted and getting buckets. Obviously, the Mountaineers whole team started discussing that, and he got in foul trouble, but you know what, in the fourth quarter, he put up, 16 points by himself, but just wasn't enough for them.
Well, the Mountaineers, they walk away with a 10-point victory here on your Tuesday evening. For Steve Baxter and myself, Greg Campbell, thank you for tuning in to MLink Sports and Entertainment. The Mountaineers get back in action for their 4th game over a 7-day stretch, right back here at the D-Bark on Friday evening. First game at 6 p.m., the second game at 8 p.m. You can catch it here on MLink Sports and Entertainment.